Hello. Today, we got a sick tournament. We got a cool one. Let's see here at goblins. Tournament starting. Gonna be another ladder tournament. And I am going to be playing Chaos Dwarves this day. Much excitement. Look at this faction. They have weaker chimeras. That's pretty high. They have they got trains. Yo, it's actually crazy though. The breath attack on the chimera, I believe the explosive damage is 70 and it has a higher armor piercing value. That's crazy. It's crazy that they would make that so powerful. But who knows? Maybe 200 gold more costed Chimera can still get some work, and it does have a lot more HP. So that's pretty good. Alright, and we have our opponent, Yo-Yo. Let's get into the games. Love this format so much. Downtime is basically nothing, so we can get it done extremely quickly. My opponent is playing Khorne. Oh boy. And we're on Proving Grounds. Oh boy. Alright, so Proving Grounds, kind of an awkward map. I think we can totally get it done though. I think that is well within the realms of possibility. Bale Taurus has the same AP as a giant. 540 damage. 400 armor piercing. Yeah, that's kind of insane. So what if I just treat the Bale Taurus as a flying giant? Is that not insane? The fire resist is pretty cool versus all the Khorne stuff. What's this, your beloved Dowie share? What's this about Dowie? Am I rocking a wizard robe? Yeah, I got the wizard robe. I don't know why people call this a wizard robe. It has like, I guess it does look like it, but it got no sleeves. Sleeveless wizard robe. Oh man, I love how consistent people are though. Calling it that. But all right, how do we want to beat up Khorne? Does Dowie, do the Chaos Dwarves have any cool spells here? They got the Lore of Hashut. But unless it's a missile spell, Khorne's units are gonna resist the debuffs by a lot. I could be boring, go Lore of Metal. I could be a bit more fun, go Astrogoth with the mixed lore. I could go a little bit more fun and take the Flames of Asgore, which do so much damage, spell resist don't matter. Maybe I do that. Yeah, I know Skaven, but I actually have not played much Chaos Dwarves at all, really. Barely any at all, so I think today should be a fun day. Is the Curse of Hashut good? No, it's just a worse Spirit Leech, right? I think we did the math a while ago. And it was pretty garbage. What is this? What is this ability? Oh man, dude, I like really have not played any Chaos Dwarves, have I? Ooh, okay, wait a second. That's pretty funny. Wait, no, that's not useful versus Khorne. Damn, so there are a lot of units here with damage reflect on the Chaos Dwarf roster. But damage reflect is resisted by spell resist. Crazy that like covering yourself in spikes will. Well, actually it depends. This one's technically an amulet. Do you recommend a regular Dowie to new players? No, because they don't really have a lot of space to grow. So like they'll do well for you, but then once you start facing stronger players, you'll learn that you just are ill prepared for everything. You're just not well trained. I would say personally, Kislev is a good one though. Yeah, Kislev has that very strong defensive playstyle, very independent infantry, which is good. But they don't suffer the same way that dwarves do. They can actually do things. They can be useful. It's crazy. Alright, now how do I kill Khorne? I think this build feels okay. Khedai are probably pretty good versus Khorne, actually. Armored infantry just melt to those guys. And honestly, I think Khedai are like the mega staple here. I think if there's a unit that's just going to be hard carrying, it's going to be those guys. Is there anything else I want to add to this build? I think we're basically ready. Let's go ahead and pick a cool banner. I like this teal one, by the way. A lot of people like the Chaos Dwarf shooting because campaign makes it so strong. Unfortunately for us, though, it kind of sucks. It's kind of mega garbage because the units are so expensive and so easy to shut down. Not exactly what you want to be seeing when you're playing the Chaos Dwarves. Not at all. You just gotta send, like, you know, some basic fools on them. Just some basic lads. And then you're screwed. Army exceeds unit caps. I see. Too many rare single entities. I can deal with that, though. Alright, this is pretty standard Chaos Dwarf playbook with a little bit of Anticity pizzazz. So, keep your eyes peeled. Try to be less fun so the stream doesn't end right away. It's not a single elim. We have an hour, 30 minutes of laddering. Good luck on your games, thank you. Yeah, we have an hour, 30 minutes of laddering and then top 4. No matter what, even if I lose every game, we will have that at least. I've also been getting maybe some internet issues. I don't think so. I think it's just maybe RAM issues. This is the worst time to need a RAM upgrade, though. I remember maybe like a few years ago, I was like, maybe I should get some RAM. Nah, I'll wait. Nah, I'll wait. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then, oopsies. Now it's a terrible time, so I'm kind of stuck with what I got. Now, I still have some pretty good RAM, but I do wish I could get more. Fun build, by the way. We got the Sneaky Gits, Wolf Riders, Fireborn, and the Iron Demon. Along with double Bale Taurus. So this is your typical kite shenanigan. I do have the Flames of Asgore, which are amazing, by the way. If you have not considered them, they absolutely wreck shop. Remember these guys hit... Is that a soul grinder? I haven't seen a soul grinder in 50 years. Holy, alright. Guy wants to soul grind me. That's interesting. We'll see how the soul grinder does versus a double Bale Taurus. There are some Hellforged Bellows over there too. Gotta keep that in mind. Was that some black letters? Alright. I think we'll be fine. I don't really see a huge situation. These are just Marauders. Yeah, all pretty lackluster. Fire resist, by the way, and missile resist. I'm basically oceaned. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. I think this is gonna be super bad for Khorne. Cause straight up, I am actually just I have oceanid levels of resistance on these guys. That's kind of absurd. We're gonna give up this point. I'm gonna focus on the value trading. Okay, Valkyrie dancing a little bit. All right. Can I kill the soul grinder though? So we know we can push the skirmishers back. That's pretty easy. My wolf riders aren't doing too well, but yeah, I think if we just take this fight, we'll be okay. I'll have the Khedai here. Soul grinder's getting walloped. Yeah, let's just keep fighting. This might be a little sketchy, but I'm pretty sure if I just plonk this down like right here. And then as long as I don't friendly fire myself, I think that just deletes monstrous infantry. Pretty good damage on the Blood Beast. Drazi's gonna make it out. Oh, the Bale Taurus though, gonna be a little awkward. Now, with the Kadai coming in, I don't think I have to worry too much. But you never know. Maybe the Bale Taurus dies. Dude, not having immune to flanking makes such a difference. I'm feeling it. I do have a fairly good skirmisher group, though. Kind of popping off here. Dude, Bale Taurus staggers like no one's business. I think it's going to make it out, though. Hopefully no rout. Going to keep charging for its leadership. You can see the skirmishers are cooking them up. Value trading wise, we're actually slightly behind. So you gotta be a little careful. There you go, another big rout though. And I think, yeah, as long as I can keep these guys alive, we're good. Most of his army isn't actually participating in the battle either. That's nice. The Bale Taurus barely is sticking around. Love that. Alright, let's see if we can bully the dogs. We'll chase these guys. I'm actually really surprised how hardy this Bale Taurus is. It really does not give a crap. Oh my goodness, it's still sticking around. What a Chad. Alright, here we go though. We're gonna need to take this fight. Kadai are doing good. But this bad boy, he has to live for all the breath attacks to pay for itself. At the very least, I am going to be killing off the soul grinder. That's good. Might be able to catch me some horsemen. The value trading says we're behind, but it feels like we're ahead. I don't know exactly what's causing that. Maybe it's some crumbling. Maybe it's some units that are idling. I do not know, especially. But I'll take it. Let's use some Kadai over here. We'll go ahead and bully Valkia, as that is what happens every single game with her. Summons a unit of bloodletters, but they can't actually save the horsemen. Perfect. And I think once Valkia's dead, we're basically set, right? Yeah, I think we're basically set. The Khorne army is essentially no more. Now, is this the most optimal build? Do I feel amazing playing this? It could be slightly better, maybe. Does it feel like I was super behind? No, it didn't. But I think there was definitely a lot left to be desired. I don't know how I feel about these Bale Tauruses. Maybe I'll take up into the skies and give some breath attacks. Yo, Valkia's still alive too. Dang. Surviving longer than I thought for these supposedly giant levels of weapon strength, but I guess the melee attack isn't there. Disappointing, man. Disappointing. We got some more bloodletters over on the far side, but sneaky gets are actually really good for that. And Valkia, okay, yeah, she does actually die at some point. And I think with her dead, that's kind of the nail in the coffin. Let's see if my opponent's paying attention. This spell's hilarious. It does 1 million damage. Spell resist does not matter. Those are just marauders, but it has so much armor piercing. It does basically the same versus armored guys. But yeah, you can see the explosion damage on this breath attack. It's no Chimera, is it? And they're more expensive. Really goes to show how strong the Chimera is. Yeah, ever since her trailer, the Valkia bullying has been infinite. Anyways, I think this is just generally a fairly good matchup for me. Just because of all that stacked resistances. These guys can just not do any damage. So you see they have fire ammunition on ranged. And they're not magic attacks. So my Kadai resist 45% of their damage. Insane. Opponent's sticking with it though. Interesting. Yo, what I really am impressed by though is this thing. This thing did not rout despite getting really low. Can you believe Chimeras have more leadership? Pretty bonkers. But yeah, Chimeras actually have like absurd leadership. They have more leadership than a lot of lords. Dang, look at the sneaky gets shooting those guys up. Anyways, let's just see if we can close this one out. I want to effectively demoralize my opponent so that they leave the game. This way we can get as many games as possible today. It's always more fun to have more games, I find. But yeah, Bale Taurus in general, though, it's no Chimera. I don't even know if the mass is the same as the Chimera. Chimera just feels so freakishly strong. But GG, well played. GG. We can declare the win. And let's take a look at that soul grinder. 700 gold down. Wow, that's a 700 gold waste of money. Even though I gave him the melee fight. I should really buff this at some point. See ya. What do you think Chaos Dwarves need to be better? Probably slightly stronger Bull Centaur cavalry. The Bull Centaurs are really easily countered and they're kind of average cav. But if you don't use them, then you just have no cavalry outside of light wolf riders. And that also ain't very pretty. Valkyria did not bad considering the circumstances. Man, those horsemen really did nothing though. Hellforge Bellas also didn't do anything. The fight was over before it could farm value. Drazi got 3k value. Bale Taurus got 1400. So you see what I mean? It's Chimera numbers, but it costs 200 more gold. This is actually a lesser Chimera by like a million. You know what? Give Chaos Dwarves Chimeras and Bearmen, and I think honestly they'll be mighty strong with just that. Oh, Chad Kadai though. Holy moly. Alright, yeah. If we just keep playing to their strengths, we're good to go. Grinder was a very bold strat. I don't think it's a good unit at all. Just catching up on all your messages. You got a new PC like 2 weeks before the RAM shortage became big news. Dang, did you just sell your PC for a profit? Funny idea, but then you have no PC. No Dread Mortar, so yeah, Dreadquake Mortar, there's some fun strats you can do with it. I think what people are doing is they're towing it with like an Iron Demon, non-ROR, and it can shoot at point blank range. It's pretty scary. Alright, yeah, no Bale Taurus though. I think if I just take 2 trains, it's already kind of better. Yo, what if I go Train Kite? You guys think, how filthy is that? So I take a bunch of trains, and then I just spam their range attack, which suppresses, by the way, minus 30% speed. So cavalry's not even going to be able to chase them properly. And then we got all of our skirmishers over here. Lord-wise, I can probably go cheaper. We must choo-choo. Okay, let's workshop something cool, right? So if I'm kiting, a Spirit Leech Lord is good. This one's banned because it's bugged. But yeah, I could totally just like Spirit Leech spam him. On a Bale Taurus, that's kind of expensive. On a Great Taurus, it's still kind of expensive. What does Lamassu do? It has spell resist. That can help with the survivability of this guy. Honestly, I wish I could take him on a horse, but Lamassu, yeah, it causes terror. These things already cause terror, though. So anyway, I can get a mobile caster that doesn't cost all my money. What Khorne units would you have brought into your kite build? I don't know, man. I think you want Minotaurs with great weapons. And then you want something to screen the kite, like just Fleshhounds. I don't think the 4 skirmishers does that much damage. It's also not really armor piercing. So it's not actually a very good kite. Triple magma cannon. You can take 3. Wow. Wait, they cost 1,000? Holy crap. Yo, high damage artillery pieces can actually be really strong versus kite. So like, I can just start spamming magma cannons as soon as I feel like they're not going to attack me and they're just stalling on the points. And then they just get blasted. absolutely Omega Blasted. We got our Spirit Leeches here. Honestly, this is kind of hype. You got your Kadai, who are extremely high DPS, very fast at 54 speed. Yeah, Lamassu is less survivable in some senses, right? It's 6,000 HP. This thing is 6,600. But you get the spell resist. Great Taurus only has the missile resist. So there's a few factions I'll be spamming spells. They'll give you a solid 40% reduction. Overall, not bad. It'd feel like you're shooting Gaze of Mork, let's say, at Scarbrand. Decent, but nothing crazy. Wait! What if I make a sick mega play? The Infernal Engineer? Wait, do these guys have Infernal Engineer? Give me 1 second. He also has Infernal Engineer. How much does that cost? Yo, I can make my magma cannon shoot like 20% faster. That's actually kind of insane. What? He got 700 gold though. that's hilarious. What does this guy have? Regeneration in melee. Okay. I like how Breath of Hatred isn't a breath attack. Okay. Here's the crazy play, okay? Take this guy on foot. Holy crap, he's expensive. Never mind. Take him on a Lamassu. He can run around, Spirit Leech some fools. But then he runs back to the magma cannons. And he uses the Infernal Engineer ability to make them absolutely pop off. But then your Lord is doing literally nothing. He's just a buffing pylon. What else? It's just reload skill and accuracy. I can increase reload skill on my trains, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. We have our next opponent though, Melkor. Yo, how goes? And their faction today is gonna be the glorious Norska on Skollandir's Cave. Ooh. So a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people have been like, oh, woe is me, I can't beat Norska. They're so OP, oh no. Fools, all of them. I think I personally have not had a big problem with the Dreadmaw. I'm gonna say it right now. The Dreadmaw it's strong, but I don't think it's like the leader of worlds strong. I think way overblown. I do think it's really good, but this will be a good test. If he just takes a Dreadmaw and then I get absolutely thumped, I think, you know, maybe I have to revisit my initial assumptions. But as it stands, as long as I don't do something dumb, like take fire glaives or like blunderbusses, I think we're good. Dreadmaw will counter fire glaives and blunderbusses though, but I really don't think we need them to be Chaos Dwarves. I mean, not Norska. Norska's pretty jumpy. So, what am I taking instead then? If not that. Hobgoblins, by the way, very risky. Would not recommend them against Norska Dreadmaw plays. The warriors are kind of slow, but honestly, I think we already have basically everything I need. This is a good build. I kind of like where this is going. Also, the Lamassu can silence Dreadmaw. Apparently, if it can't speak, it can't dig. I guess it uses its mouth to dig. Yeah. We do have a silence effect. The thing is, silences don't counter the Dreadmaw. It stops it from running away, right? Imagine going to a professional boxer, right? shoving them into a phone booth, going into the phone booth yourself and locking it, right? And you're like, haha, I've locked you in. What are you gonna do now? Like, no, that's a terrible idea. And very similar, right? A lot of people think if I can just keep them in place, I'll win. Nah, this is like local man thinks he can beat up a bear again, right? Like, it's just don't do it. You need the killing power. So instead, we're going to do what everybody teaches you in self-defense, and we're going to run away first. We use the power of our legs to get us to survive. You fancy your chances? You bite? Oh, hell yeah. Dread paws. We need a dread paw unit. Sounds like the best dog unit in the game. How many Kadai are you running? I think we always run 3 Kadai, the maximum number, because they're just that good. So remove all 4 limbs of the bear and its mouth. You would die of exhaustion before you could punch a bear to death. Unless, actually, okay, like, unless, I think if someone is, like, specifically very well trained to, for fighting and endurance, like, it is hard. It is hard to kill a bear. You know why? Because bears fight bears. And you're not a bear. You're not a bear. They got that, like, mobile skin action going. It's the only reason 100 men even stand a chance versus a gorilla. Because, yeah, unlike many predators, I got that slippery skin. Nah. You can get beat up. Don't got the fat. So, where are we going with this? Dreadmaw. Yeah, Dreadmaw. I might just ignore it the whole game. And then if we do, my opponent's just going to have minus 1,000 gold. Now, they can unburrow them and park them in between points and just shoot at me if I ignore it long enough. But if they do that, Dreadmaw's not exactly being that useful, so I think we're fine. Like, its shots are decently high damage, and it gives the hit by artillery debuff. But at the end of the day, if the Dreadmaw's just chilling as a turret, it's not farming that crazy unburrow value. Bears are literal living monsters. We got a lot. You want to visit Australia? You want to visit northern Canada? Ever tried to punch a moose to death? Have you heard any stories? Man wins fisticuffs fight versus moose. No, absolutely not. Oh my gosh. They're designed to take you out even if you have a vehicle, because their thin legs are made to fall apart and then the body just crashes through your windshield. It's terrifying. All right? They got the on death execute. Take you down with them. Holy crap. At least like with the bear, you know. With the bear, if it falls over, it's not going to delete everything around it. Then you got like, you got orcas. They're just straight evil. They're actually evil. Chaotic evil, those things. If you think they're majestic, look it up. I dare you. Look it up. Look up the crimes against the ocean that the orcas have committed. It's insane. I've seen Revenant. I can think of bear. The bear will eat you alive. They'll all eat you alive, man. The moose, too. Orcas are terrifying, though. Yeah. If it can launch a seal 30 feet into the air, I'm pretty sure we got no chance. All right. When they dine on shark liver, whew. I think I would die in the wilderness before I could kill a rabbit. If it was like a battle to the death, the rabbit's ability to evade would win out. The only thing I have a chance of winning is like maybe a gazelle in a flat field. Literally, this is what humans were made for, right? Them long walking distances. The other animals, all right, when they talk about humans, they're like, they just keep walking forever. It's like a snail, but it's always chasing you. And one day you will get tired. You will fall asleep. And you will die. That's our superpower. We got the long con. Unfortunately, anything that is not as scared as a gazelle will win. All right. I think a chihuahua. Chihuahua freaks me out, man. The gusto, the pure rage in such a small package. Breaking news, apex predators turns out to not be good people. Aren't humans apex predators? Aren't we good people? Think about all the great things humanity has done. You know what? Let's just look at the last few years. No, let's not get into that. We're here to escape. This is an escapism stream. My bad. Broke my own rules. Let's keep talking about animals. No, we're not. Oh boy. You know, there are some fun game theory things though. That does show that cooperation is often the logically best thing to do. You don't have to be innately good to do good. That's our one saving grace, the power of mathematics. And as long as everyone can actually get on that train, you can start living happy. But yeah, Norska, fairly susceptible to Spirit Leech. So I'm just gonna spam that. I'm gonna stay hypermobile to avoid the Dreadmaw start. I'm gonna have some really strong stuff against Dreadmaws. I could die, more mobility. And if he just goes full main tide, then we bring out the artillery pieces and we blast his face. Don't know what the cooldown on this is. Let's see. So it's a 30-second speed buff. That's gonna give him 75 speed. That is faster than a lot of cavalry. I guess that makes sense though, that trains can replace the horse. We got a, alright, little metal caster. We got some Plago Rust. And then who do I want to kill? I can kill the Chimera or I can kill Wolfric. Honestly, the Chimera is a little scarier. I have a lot of Spirit Leeches to go around though. But yeah, let's go for the Chimera. Wolfric can kind of be expensive sometimes too. A lot of infantry over here, by the way. But yeah, if I Spirit Leech this thing, it can't counter my dudes. Now, I could summon the Magma Cannon now, but if it just face rushes me, I think it goes down. Unless... I think I can get the Kadai in time. Yeah, I think I can get the Kadai there in time to handle that. We're gonna shoot up Wolfric. These trains have shotguns. A lot of people use them in melee. But yes, indeed, they do actually have the power of gun. Wolfric dodging though. We're gonna have to back it up. Oh, back it up. Dodge. Alright, and then we're gonna get the Magma Cannon in. Now, obviously, he's gonna start advancing towards said Magma Cannon. Opponent is not silly. They're gonna recognize the threat. But their infantry are slow. It's not like they can get there anytime soon. Magma Cannon's just there to make sure that he doesn't have a crazy stall game. 14 units, 4, 5, 5, 3. There's a Dreadmaw somewhere. Unless I missed a unit. This thing's terrifying, as you can see. Some very scary shots. Alright, but where's the Dreadmaw at? No, is one unit hidden? 4, 5, 5, 4. Oh no, okay, no Dreadmaw, hell yeah. So I have some choices here then. And get another Magma Cannon. Force them to walk forwards on my position. I can save up. I can save up and chill instead. I got some more spirit leeches we can check out. Honestly, options are plentiful. But yeah, if he's not gonna have a dread maw, like I think we're kind of fine, right? He might go for a fight though. Pretty crazy fight. He does have the Chimera supporting, but he doesn't want to get skirmished, right? Yeah, the overextension would be a little too painful. Understandable. By my dear opponent. There you go. Skin Wolf's gonna have to back up too. Overall, I'd say things are going pretty well. Gonna get a tiny charge on the Skin Wolves. It's gonna keep bullying. I'm still ahead on tickets too, mind you. So there really isn't that much to worry about. Then we're just gonna Spirit Leech Chimera. Get them nice and worked on. We're gonna debuff these guys. We're gonna debuff the Skin Wolves. Double debuff to reduce their leadership. And then we're just gonna shoot straight into that blob. That should work out fairly well for us. He does debuff my poor Bull Centaurs though, but as long as they don't full die, I think we're happy. And in the meantime, while his stuff here is committed, I guess we can use the trains. Yeah, we should be able to use the trains to our advantage. But is he gonna push? So far, we haven't really seen a big push. Chimera's kind of bullying me too. I guess I can get another. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try another artillery piece. I don't like that we lost a lot of forces here. And this might actually just straight up prompt the attack. But there's a lot of field to cover. Damage taken is quite high, and I'll have a bunch of dudes. I'll have a bunch of guys. A bunch of could die. You can see here the Skin Wolves. Kind of just running around, not too threatening. Spirit Leech Chimera again, why don't we? And then, yeah, I guess we just keep shooting him. Unfortunately, Bull Centaurs kind of got worked on. Chimera's certainly hurting. Skin Wolves also not really liking those shotguns. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. Chimera's good, but when he's getting shot up like this, it ain't too pretty. He will be able to secure another point, though, most likely. Dang, though. Lots of damage from my opponent. Gonna get another shotgun blast over there. And I can start thinking about using my Kadai in a more melee sense. Magma Cannon's a hype, though. He ain't capturing this point very quickly either. I think if I send both Kadai here, we're good. Yeah, no javelins or anything. So here's the play. I think we're gonna do this. Looks like he wants to take a forest fight. Understandable. Alright, he's gonna be capturing that point soon. Doesn't take the forest fight, though. It's a minor misplay. Wolfric is nowhere to be seen currently. There he is. Alright. So we're just gonna give him that fat Spirit Leech. We're gonna bring in the trains. We want to rush him in. And we're just gonna take a decisive fight here. Great thing about these guys is they have that that rather amazing surround on all the Skin Wolves, so we can actually just bog them down, get them murdered. Two trains over here are doing good. And he's gonna try and get a Skin Wolves in, but this Arawar Hobgoblin unit is actually a melee specialist. Don't get it wrong, they are very, very strong in that front. And they're just gonna kill off that little dude. Not a problem. Wolfric's looking a little worse for wear too. I still have both trains online and operational. And so far this is looking like it's gonna become an army lost type of game for my opponent. That's kind of the direction that we're seeing here, right? Chimera's basically dead. Lots of mobility have just been traded. So I'm probably in no rush here. I just need to capture a point. Because tickets have been going rather high as of late. And then I should be good to go. Dude, the magma cannons are cooking them so hard, though. I can start pushing this point, too. Guy's army is not mobile in the slightest. There we go. Get him, magma cannons. Beat him up. Yeah, we'll be able to secure this point very soon, and this one we can at least threaten. Looks like he actually decides to go for the fight instead. I don't even know how that works for him. You can see the artillery pieces hurt a whole lot. And with another Kadai on the way, I'm pretty sure he's just screwed. For the strongest faction in the game, I did not feel like I was ever behind. The magma cannon kite goes very hard. Forced to de-summon the Chimera now. Very nice for me. That's a plus. Wolfric is most certainly going to die very soon. And if I can just defend my artillery pieces, then truly nothing can stop us. Yeah, look at those poor Marauder Bearmen. You thought immune to psychology was good? How about murder? What if we just kill them? I don't think they'll be too problematic if that can be done. Just going for the artillery piece. Oh, Wolfric's on the run. Alright, I need to not get overconfident. I do have all the points. So the only way we lose this right now is if I, oh, can the train slow him? Come on, let the train slow him. Give him the slow. Nah, I'm just gonna do this instead. Alright. This is how you finish a game. So when your opponent loses their lord, they get a -16 leadership debuff, army-wide, for the next, like, minute or so. So if you hammer their position as hard as you possibly can, you can round off everything. And just like that, Magma Cannon Kite succeeds. A victory versus Melkor. It's a high micro build. But it worked out really well, I'd say. Only misplay was the Dark Ravagers. They really didn't do much. They did buy some space for my stuff to trade, but not perfect. The Skirmishers were amazing, though. So I might just cut this guy and get other stuff instead. And the Magma Cannons got 1,500 and 500 plus routing. Holy. Kadai paying for themselves. Honestly, pretty sick build. Pretty sick build. I think I microed pretty well, but we kind of put our opponent in an awkward position. It's going to be Chaos Dwarves versus Slaanesh next. Oh boy, on Bloodgrove. Alright, this is a true boss battle. Can we keep it up, though? I feel like Chaos Dwarves so far, pretty strong. Nothing crazy, but pretty strong. Does anyone know, quickly, any Warhammer aficionados there know if Lamassus stopped the mask from dancing? Or did they just stop the mask from changing abilities? I'm pretty sure it's only going to stop them from changing abilities, which is not exactly the most useful thing in the world. I did not use Infernal Engineer at all that game, so I'm not going to run it again. Thomas the Blood-Soaked Steam Engine and fins. Yo, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. 2 Iron Demons, 3 Magma Cannons. Chadma Cannons, cook once again. Yo, they're pretty hype. On Bloodgrove, too, I kind of like the idea of them. That could be a fun way to get Slaanesh to attack me, but the bigger question is, do Chaos Dwarves win the frontline fight versus Slaanesh? I will have the Immortals, Infernal Ironsworn with Unyielding Assault. That's pretty hype. But what else, man? What even is there else? The problem is Demonettes, actually, with Slaanesh are a little bit scarier. I guess what I can do, though, is like... So if I just Mega Death Glob it, just get a bunch of Kadai. Does that just win? Well, what if I just start with 3 Kadai? Gobbos. You want me to gobbo spam Slaanesh? That's a recipe for feeding the army ability. I don't know how I feel about that. Isn't this like the worst matchup for Slaanesh? I think it's, if I'm playing a Slaanesh, I don't fear Chaos Dwarfs that much. The whole entrenched position thing is definitely bad, and Kadai are probably the worst to deal with. Death Blob versus Slaanesh. Actually, super tight boxes are meta in land battle versus Slaanesh. They're really bad at breaking apart boxes. So if you can actually just bring a stronger front line than they can, they kind of just suck. It's beautiful that way. All right. I think I have ideas. Are they good ideas? Are they good ideas? I have no idea. But hilarious they absolutely are. Okay, yeah, here we go. This one's janky build. In my head though, this works. But it only works if my units perform the way I think they do. This is kind of a big test of my knowledge. Sneaky Gits are actually good versus Slaanesh. Their high damage missiles are the bane of unarmored units. I have a lot of potential counterplay in case we see armor Slaanesh, SE blob Slaanesh, and so on. Yeah, eh. Let's try it. Let's try it. Worst case, we lose, and we can try again later. Do not do more than one fire glaive. I personally hate fire glaives. It's gonna ruin my election campaign, but let it be known, I hate fire glaives. You know why? Because they have the DPS output of a 300 gold pistol mob. And all they do is they live if they get caught. Which is what you don't want to happen with range units anyways. Why would I want such an expensive range unit? I don't know, man. Honestly, they're not bad in some situations. I just really don't like the unit. It costs so much. They die to like a pit of shades. Maybe if line of sight got fixed. Maybe if CA goes for that big line of sight fixing that I've been pushing for the past 50 years. But now, though, is what we got to work with. This is a fairly flat map, at least. I got my Mag McCann. And then everything else is to just survive Slaanesh rushing me. This is just to capture points. The idea here, though, is that he cannot kill my Kadai and Ironsworn. At the end of the day, if his units are simply better than mine, I'm just dead. Like, there's actually nothing I can do about that. Thankfully, he went for Slongors, which are only good if your opponent gives them good targets. He has a net dude. He has a lord that can spirit leech. That's what I see. Boop. A little bit of deeps. That ground fire effect is actually cooking. Literally 25% damage over there. Your lord has been spirit leeched. The clock is ticking. So what will you do, my dear opponent? Will you advance towards me? To your potential death? Wait a second, there's no cavalry here. There's actually just no cavalry, alright. An interesting choice. Yeah, I'm gonna get the train. I'm gonna get the train. Well, what's he gonna do? Are you just gonna sit here? Big Beast took me out last time. But this time I'm playing a much stronger faction. And as time goes on, I only get an advantage. Unless they capture my point or something. This is actually not the greatest for them. The spirit leeches too. Like, you don't want to get into a situation where your lord dies at the pivotal moment. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna see a full charge here. We got our train though. Train's gonna be hype. We got a bunch of gobbo spam coming on up. Not a lot of armor for the Slongors, but yeah, I think we'll still be fine. Just gonna charge in here, get a little bit of deeps. I don't think I really want to attack just yet. These guys have expert charge defense. Hell yeah. Ah, crap. That's Phantasmagoria. Forgot about that spell. Whoopsie doopsies. Is Lord, though, still gonna suffer? Unfortunately, those pleasure seekers are gonna be a menace. I may have thrown my super expensive train here. He's gonna try to escape. It is unbreakable, so there's that. Okay, and I think he'll be okay. All right, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's good. As long as the train doesn't die, I'll be okay. And I'm just gonna use some more skirmishers here to kill off the pleasure seekers. Could die, 1,000,000 damage as expected. Just gonna, yeah, just keep shelling his face. And as long as my front line doesn't buckle too hard, I think we're good. See how much just raw damage a Kadai do, though. Holy crap. Kadai are sick, man. They're amazing. Yeah, just keep them cycle charging. Holy moly. And then soon enough, his Lord's gonna die. You can see the front line. Dude, these Immortals do not give a crap about anything. We're seeing some big routes over here. Hellstriders not having the best of times. Gonna get another Spirit Leech on that glorious little Lord over there. Whoop. Gotta run away. Gonna bring in the Warlords, boys, to countercharge these Striders. He kills one Kadai. Joke's on him, though. I want to summon another Kadai. There you go. Hellstriders are dead. Yeah, I think my opponent's getting massacred right now. Absolutely face blitzed. Gonna debuff these guys. Hopefully that's enough for the guys to survive. The poor dudes. Pleasure Seeker's actually holding out decently well in that situation. This is just devoted marauders, a little loose to my little infantry corps. You can see values through the roof though, and he doesn't have any army abilities, which is the most important thing. Just gonna get those, yeah, that sweet train play right into the face of his boys. And I don't even think we need to kill the Lord. We just kind of have a contingency in case the game goes long. But yeah, very likely I don't see this game going long. I'm just gonna swap the cavalry positions. It's kind of like when Banes walk into each other. Apparently my hobgoblins are just that well trained that they can do that. But it makes sure that you get both cycle charges off. And then now I think my opponent's just dead. Dead levels are increasing dramatically. This bad boy, 500 value, but it got him to attack, which is everything I needed, really. I will say, I do understand why this is kind of a sketchy matchup for Slaanesh. Those skirmishers are so annoying. I do remember playing this on the Slaanesh side once and rushing in against Turin, and it was super painful. Chaos Dwarf supremacy, though. Another win. Chaos Dwarves, man, dude. Not playing Nurgle. It feels good. And what against Michael now? All right. Look at this guy, 0 value. All right, could die. Thumping faces. Very nice. Lord got the spear. I didn't lose a single Infernal Ironsworn. Hell yeah. Or maybe if I did, only like one. Oh, look at these Chads. Undying. Hilarious. I think a lot of people don't know, like, as a Slaanesh main, as a Slaanesh connoisseur, I feel like other people are not using the faction to its full potential. I always see people just spamming unarmored infantry or spamming armored infantry and just being like, haha. Haha. My infantry's slightly better than an average unit of infantry. I don't have to worry about being countered. What's that? What even is that? And then I just counter them. And they're like, surprise Pikachu face. Chaos. Shall we? Like in that game, he didn't have an answer for the Iron Sworn. Outside of the Pleasure Seekers, but we shut them down real hard. Well, I gotta know, man. I think they gotta get that micro going. 10 squats. Alright, Kimza Bimsy. I'll get it started. My opponent needs to pick his 3 factions to counter pick Dwarves. I will say Chaos Dwarves tend to have a hard time versus artillery, so maybe we'll see some Empire. Ooh, alright, that's 5. Immortals lived up to the name. Dude, they're actually really cool. 10,000 HP. Just make sure there's no magic that can kill them. I swear. These guys are such magnets for magic. Still hasn't picked a faction, alright. 2, 3, 4, 5. How's your squat thing work? Someone donate for it? It's a Twitch thing. Twitch gives you points for watching and stuff. And you can spend the points to make me do squats. It also makes sure that I don't get, like, leg problems for sitting too long. Empire, Vampire Coast, and Dwarves. Oh, talk about a tricksy situation. Empire Coast and Dwarves. Empire have a lot of things. I have a solution though. I think I have a solution. I'm gonna play versus Empire. Vampire Coast definitely have some good plays, but I kind of want to just see how this matchup goes first. Order yourself a dumbbell to use while you're squatting. That looked too easy for you. I'm slightly gassed. People will make me do squats very often if given the opportunity to. So I gotta make sure I'm not just dead by the end of the stream. At some point, though, yes, I will. I will make it more intense. Anyways, Empire is, you know, they're there, but they have cannons and such. They obviously have the spooky man tide. And I can't spam miners like a normal dwarf player, which is usually insanely hard for Empire to deal with. Let's see here. And I don't have blasting charges. Technically I have 1, but that's not nearly enough. So, how does one defeat the Empire? What do we have here? What do we have? Is Astrogoth expensive? 1,500 base? Why are Chaos Dwarf Lords so expensive, man? I'm telling you, if you give every faction a 300 base caster lord like the Empire, like if you give every faction a Gelt, I think they're just gonna run the Gelt. I think CA way overestimates these lords. Cause, like, really, man, having just that cheap caster guy, it just opens up so many builds. The problem with Chaos Dwarves is all their options are expensive. So it just feels like the faction's weak, and that's because you're always a little bit of money down. Kind of similar to Vampire Coast, but they spam zombies nowadays. And boy, are they happy with that. Alright, how am I gonna kill off their artillery, though? I'm still trying to figure out a solution. You know what? I guess this is not the worst. Oh man, 1,000 gold foot caster with one spell? That feels so bad. That feels insanely bad. I might as well just put him on a Great Taurus. And I have a kind of cheap... I have kind of like a cheapo guy that can fly around and get work done. What is Overseer on Lamassu? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, he's also like in the 1,500 range. Way too expensive. Let's see, Michu. What do I think you're gonna do? Boy. Hobgoblin sneaky gits, they run into some issues. The cav charges. Empire Knights are just very scary. Now, I can use line of sight on this map to beat cannons. If there's one thing that's gonna save me, I think that's it. Just line aside them and then shell them to death. Surely that is enough to pull out a win. In general, my rule of thumb is that Empire, they can't rush. They're actually incapable of pulling off a successful rush. So therefore, you can usually go fairly hard on the artillery front against them. That's the idea anyways. Kadai will do well versus Empire Knights. They're anti-infantry, but that's bonus versus infantry. They still have lots of AP, which is what you need versus cavalry. Chaos Dwarf Warriors are actually not bad here. If only just because they can stall the Empire advance really well. Like they just kind of sit in their face. So I guess that's like an okay option. I don't know how Cutthroats do versus the Empire Spears. That part's going to be a little weird. Of course, I don't like any of the Chaos Dwarf guns. But do I want to train? Like an Iron Demon? Hard maybe. Hard maybe, actually. Yeah, alright, so let's try this out. A bit of a weird build. Bit of a weird build. I like the idea. But it's one of those, like, knowledge things, you know? This build works if the units do what I think they do. And I have oftentimes been wrong, even in grand final tournaments. Money on the line and everything. We sometimes get it wrong. I send a unit to do the job I think they'll be able to complete, and then they die. Don't want any of that. Also, by the way, top 4 right now, we got Big H, Michael, Charix, and myself. Good old Charix coming on in to potentially make life difficult. Here's the build. So I think these guys are slow, so they're going to position here, close to the cap point. And then I'm going to split my cav. Look at these guys, eager and ready to go. Got this dude over here. And then how do I not get blasted by a cannon? I simply use the terrain to my advantage. So if the cannon's like here, if I just position in a line through this tower, I should be okay. This is by no means a good matchup for the Chowie, but you know me. We're here to make it work. Ready, good luck, have fun. I got a message somewhere. Let me just check that. Who's messaging? Oh, okay. Contractor stuff. All right. Let's see it. What do you got, son? What are you gonna bring to bear? Do you stream on a delay? A very, like a few seconds. This is just in case we get into like the finals of my tournament. I don't want someone stream sniping. Yeah, I don't want someone to stream snipe, you know, the person that they're facing. Because I like to just go over the armies right away, but that could bother some people, so. Just a little thing. Anyways, Great thing I love about these Vanguard shenanigans. You can get a lot of work. You get a lot of free tickets, essentially. For basically nothing, right? Like, I'm gonna take a couple cannonballs, maybe. Barely, even. And I'm already gonna be at like a 50 ticket lead. This is super important because tickets in the late game, you trade them for value. But alright. A little out of position. He's gone in range of my dudes here. This is not a rush army, by the way, so that's pretty good. I think we do want to do this. That's a Marcus Wolfheart. Alright, so we're gonna line of sight Marcus. We're going to turn this into homing mode because my opponent is paying attention. Get on them. And I'm going to see if I can get an opportunity here. Because you might not know that my skirmishers are on this side. Ouch. Jeez. You got a pretty nasty volley on my lord. I think it might be safer just to book it. Line of sight and book it. Yeesh. I think Marcus got a clipping shot over there. Okay, he's going to summon some stuff over there. We might have a chance. Lord has taken a lot of damage so far, though. The early game here is not going as well as I would have hoped. I'm just not really microing it as well as I should be, as well as I ought to do. But I still think we are in an okay position, thanks to my glorious, glorious artillery. Tries to summon a unit to shut down my guys. Botches it, though. And that's going to put him in a really awkward position now. Because now he has nothing to defend the artillery piece over there. He's going to get some Empire Knights. I'm just going to run away and maybe get a surround in the forest. Bring in the caster here, too. And we're just going to start shelling. That's how this works. Just start shelling. Ooh, gets a nasty charge over there, though. But we're going to kill the artillery piece. And I have a million artillery situations going on here. Unless my opponent is really on point with their dodging. This is gonna be a nasty trade. Almost no matter what. And he's just gonna summon some units over there on the flank side. I'd say overall that's actually a bit of a misplay. You don't want to do that because it's really easy for me to just get like a warrior here. And then that point is gonna be stalled effectively forever. So, I don't know. I'd say this game overall is going pretty good for me. Those Empire Knights are suffering. And even though he does have the middle point, it ain't going super well. Opponent is just not getting the dodges, really. Not in the slightest. And with Lord support, I think this will go down very soon. Somehow he managed to keep his Hawklings alive, though, with all the gunplay. That part's a little surprising, but I still think he's in an awkward position. We have capture here again. And yeah, it's just Shem spam and a net. Now this guy ain't on a Lamassu. So he's gonna get a pretty decent Shems on my face. But I should be able to, yeah, just get a little bit of a route. Gets the net, actually, okay. To save his life, he's gonna need to cast a Searing Doom over there. Am I really worried, though? His infantry corps is getting obliterated right now. Gonna land to dodge potentially a few hits. He uses the Marcus net, but does he have the ranged firepower to truly punish the position? I guess we'll have to see. Marcus net is gonna last a little while. Oh no, that's his wizard net. Crap. Marcus net's the one that doesn't last a long time. Well, that's unfortunate. My lord's gonna die. I can fly with him to dodge maybe another shot. He's a dead man, though. Absolutely. I think if there's one place we misplayed, it's there. Well played to my opponent. Getting a pretty sick situation on that side. Good snippety sniping attempts. The question is, though, is how does the rest of this match play out? Gotta make sure my guys here don't get murdered. So we're gonna lose this point, so I gotta think about taking this one. I have a lot of units to do that, though. But it's not the prettiest situation. I do have a lot of tickets, though, I've noticed. I have a ludicrous amount of tickets, so maybe it ain't that bad. Hold up. Yeah, I can use these tickets to my advantage. You know what? Here's the play. Gonna get some wolf riders. Gonna disrupt his range. And if I just severely out-capture away my opponent here and steal the point, I think life becomes very difficult. In the meantime, I can think about resummoning my lord. Yeah, he's gonna... Actually, can I route these guys? I don't think he's gonna capture that point in time, at least. With all these range units here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I can get in. There's the route. Okay. So I'm going to use the sneaky gits and the Kadai to start running them down. Yeah, I think we don't need the Lord. I don't think we need the Lord. He's very behind right now in terms of that their value. Very, very behind. Now he is going to get a few more forces on this side. So I'm going to get a few more forces on this side. That point will be captured at a decent pace. But not enough to end me here. Actually decides to resummon the cannon. Kind of surprising. That's going to leave the Kadai on defense duty. You can see here, though. What are you going to do? You got some Empire Knights? I'm going to have Kadai here. The moment the Kadai show up, I don't think he has a chance of taking this. The middle point is mine, too. Love to see that. And the Lord will be back almost soon. It's going to take a hot second, but he will be back. Okay. It's a little tricksy. He's going to try and get some cav on the artillery piece. I think that's, you know, it's a good use of the cav. Because I do have to respond to that. But I don't think my opponent's in a great position right now. Value-wise, yes, I am behind. But ticket-wise, I have such a massive lead. He's misallocated his forces here. Gonna check out another net. I don't know what that'll do, though. It might not be enough for the situation. We did rout off some fools. Some knights. Very good. Okay. And we're gonna get a solid charge over there. So, as long as the middle doesn't fall anytime soon, I think we're still really, really good. I'm going to use these two things to kill the Vizard. We're just gonna blast him in the face. Let's finish routing these guys off. Let's get leadership sorted out again. It's fine, it's fine. If you think about it, I just bought 2 lords, right? Is that not OP? Wouldn't everyone want to just have 2 lords? Even though I was just complaining about how expensive they are? Surely that's the case. Yes, I think so. We're also going to kill his wizard. So you know what? Fair is fair. I see no problems with my plays. We might have misplayed early on, but I think this late game is about to go amazingly for me. Because as you can see, his poor little wizard is getting mulched. His range units are in disarray. Love to see that. Let's, where do I want to cast this? Oh. Some knights. Very nice. Yeah, if I just keep spamming Searing Dooms, I think he's a dead man. A little bit of point pressure because Empire is very bad at holding points. And yeah, you can see he just doesn't have the oomph really to push me back. This is why the early capture points were so important, by the by. You do really need that. Marcus is going to be able to probably secure this point. But if I keep hammering these poor guys, I think we're good. Like, Marcus is taking ludicrous damage right now. He's going to flee, though. So maybe we retarget. The great part, though, about this is that I can start desummoning these. You know what? I don't really see a super useful area for my guys, right? So I noticed he netted my lord again. No! Is the wizard gone? Okay, thank goodness the wizard's gone. Okay, we're good, we're good. I'm not... Fool me once, right? Fool me twice. No way, Jose. Alright, here we go. It's time to give him the finisher move. It's a train and a Kadai. So if they just run straight over there, I really doubt he's going to be able to hold this point. He also needs a triple cap on me for quite some time, which is naturally going to be rather difficult. And if I keep pressuring this, right, there's just no way. There's no way. I don't think he gets a triple cap. I think the odds are very unlikely. The D summons will go super well. He summons some Altdorf Griffites who don't really trade super well either. I think we do secure the point too. Dodge the Marcus arrow because they do hurt. Little bit of a tussle, I'd say. A little bit of a tussle. I'm still really surprised he decided to summon a cannon, though. I really feel like the cannon doesn't really do much here, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Just gonna charge these Empire Knights, hopefully before they charge us. We'll get the training. And then, yeah, the Empire's inability to capture points quickly is gonna be the doom of them. Though this was definitely a harder match than I initially gave it credit for. I thought it was going to be a lot more chill after the early game. But, yeah, they hurt, man. The guns are really, really annoying to deal with. I'm going to need a buffer with these warriors here. Super important. I'm going to need to save the Searing Dooms for that cav. But given that he's double capped now, since this point is already secured too, what I can do is I can move my units here to start pressuring the middle. Now he really doesn't have any time. Clock's ticking, my dude, but where will you be? Where will you go? My artillery is murdering all of your poor infantry. No capture weight for you, that's for sure. Gonna get a 6 Searing Doom on these guys. And then I think, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the middle point steal. Very, very annoying strategy you can go for. Well, like, yeah, what was I gonna do now? The middle point is mine. Good sir. I'm not losing this one. That's just a good sign. And as long as my lord doesn't get blitzed, I'm okay. Although I will say he is actually securing this at a decent pace. Artillery piece is doing good though. It actually is just destroying his poor guys. Can I use a train to knock Marcus off? Eh. Get off my point. Get off my capture point. Yeah, there we go. All right, we just kind of nudged them a little further. That's gonna maintain the double cap, and that's gonna be the win. Even though we lose this one, the power of mobility. If there's one thing I'm really good at, it is the capture point play. And we recognize the mistake as soon as he summoned the cannon for the second time. He just did not have any chance. Now, if I didn't get the quick triple cap at the beginning, it would have been a much worse situation. This playstyle lives on the knife's edge, because if I played even a little less effectively, he'd just capture everything, right? The pain train, minus 32. Not quite, not quite. His artillery piece did nothing, by the way. His second one, it did a little bit. Overall, though, I think we got it shut down very nicely. The long rifles were really annoying, though. Oh, he went for regular handgunners, not Ironsides. No wonder they were done so easily. I forgot to check. He lost a whole greatsword to the artillery. 1,400. 1,800. And 1,500. Plus a full D summon. So the artillery just won me the game. Insane. Insane, man. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they just absolutely won me the game. How could I do? Kind of getting shot by the cannon, right? But yeah, if there's one counter to Empire, it is some good old artillery play. This faction is so bad at rushing. Like, look at the tools he can actually get across a map with. It's literally just this. Altdorf Griffites and 4 Empire Knights. That's basically nothing, right? So you just gotta out-artillery them. We're still kind of close, though. Still kind of close. Sterling's Revenge kind of annoying, too. How do my Dwarves do? Really good, actually. Okay. That's par for the course against Empire. Overall, not bad. We were able to win despite losing an entire Chaos Lord for free. So I think we did pretty good there. 345 kills. Light work for the Chad McCannon. I see you have a very, you have a unit that's caught your eye. Probably many years ago. Yeah, got a good pick off, but they never answered the artillery. The true win con. Minus 16, classic. Been a while. A little while. The unsummoned gave you like 1900 gold. Yeah, actually. Crazy, man. Marcus just booked a one-way ticket off the point. I wish I could have knocked him further. I think he was technically still on it. Yo, Chaos Dwarfs, though, if we ever face Zinch, they're hilarious because these artillery pieces, they delete single entity flyers like crazy. You can't really dodge them with, like, Kairos. Whew. Okay, but what next? What next? Who shall face me? Is Melkor again on Norska, on Carcass. Okay, so last time they didn't have a Dreadmaw. Will they take a Dreadmaw this time? And how shall we defeat them? So, the Spirit Leechers were obviously amazing, right? Spirit Leech Chimeras, life is good. But, outside of that, what do I want? What is it even that I want to have here? We know that the Skirmishers were amazing. We know that the Hashut's Dark Ravagers are a bit too slow for Norska. They get slowed to death. The trains are good cleanup. We're on Putrefying Carcass, so this is a map where I can run a Magma Cannon. Or alternatively, I can go a little more classic. Hell Cannon is not bad. Dreadquake Mortar is hilarious. I wonder, then. I wonder. Oh boy. Do I take a Dreadquake Mortar kite? Do I? I feel like Dreadquake Mortar kite's so awkward, but with the prevalence of Bearmen, I could see it. A lot of people take Bearmen. They are a really slow infantry unit, similar to Nurgle. So, if you want to punish them, a Dreadquake certainly seems like a not terrible idea. I want to take the Magma Cannon, but maybe not this game. And then what? What does one do with 1,000 gold? Bearman, bye-bye, yeah. What if he goes full mobility, though? I guess the artillery piece is still good, right? The main thing, though, is I just need enough oomph to defend myself. If you're going for a Dreadquake, it's very easy to just get overwhelmed. I also have to be very ammo efficient with it. Any slip-ups on that front, and we are in big trouble. I can kind of do this. Oh, what is this crazy build? Okay, alright. I'll give it a try. As far as crazy goes, this build is pretty wild. I would say it still has a lot of good stuff. There's a lot that's really strong here. But there's like a gut feeling that I have that I'm making a terrible decision. Does anyone know if Demon's Tongue is actually good? It has a leadership debuff, right? Yeah, burnt -8. So maybe I can use that to rout off Skin Wolves? I don't know. Has anyone tried the crazy Demon's Tongue tech versus Skin Wolves? Dreadquake Mortars are the only natural predator of bears. Wow. It's close, though. It's close. Actually, I guess Kislevite bears are actually a thing. And they actually do beat the Dreadquake. Kislev bears are so strong, CA had to nerf them by making them too expensive to bring. Otherwise, they would be dominating the meta. If Demon's Tongue, Cavalry, or Monstrous Infantry, it does a lot of damage. Hell yeah. This will be fun. I should also learn, this should also teach me the weaknesses of Chaos Dwarves. In the last Grand Finals, a lot of people would take Chowie against me. And I didn't really have a whole lot of good answers. And I think I still don't have a lot of good answers. Chaos Dwarves. Not a bear in sight. No, Norska can take Bearmen. They can take Bearmen. Oh, I see where the pun comes together. I finally got it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it took me that long. Going super wide. Like, I don't know. Chaos Dwarves, you kind of have to rush them, but they're very defensive oriented. Optimally, you just take some cannons and you shoot them, but you need a very flat map for that. Build up. Fimir build up is pretty scary here. Not sure what to do about it. If he Fimir builds up, I think I have the tools to force him forwards. This is why Kite is so good. It just naturally counters build up, because you can actually get your shots in. But yeah, we'll have to see. A lot of people have been having a hard time with Norska lately. It's interesting though. I would say Norska is only slightly favored in a lot of matchups, but it's not like they really dumpster in them. Skullcracker. Does a Skullcracker do anything more than the normal train? Is it cheaper at least? I've like never seen Skullcrackers. Maybe just a handful of times. But here we go. Very successful day today, by the way. Very, very successful day. Let's take a look at the stats. Big Bees, Melkor, Opal Bear, Charix fell by like a lot. What in the world? Alright. Charix the Fallen. Rough times for them. Indeed. I got the Dreadquake train, supported by Kadai. We got the Spirit Leech. Now I'm missing the fact that I don't have, the leadership bomb. But whatever, Spirit Leech is good enough. And so we go. Turn off Fire Will, just so it doesn't waste a shot on these guys at the beginning. I might have only just gone that in time. We'll see. A lot of skirms, though. A lot of skirms. So you want to play the skirmish game versus the Hobgoblins. Well, they're pretty good. Pretty good at skirmishing. Oh, big fat mobility build. Okay. With the skirmishers, though, that kind of actually makes it a little weaker, I feel. But I do like the mobility build. You know, opponent was bullied earlier. They don't want that to happen again. We got a Spirit Leech caster here. He's on foot, so he really doesn't like being Spirit Leeched. My Lord has like 8,000 HP. I think it would actually be a bit of a misplay to go for that. Yeah, he's just gonna... Okay, it's gonna take him more Spirit Leeches than I need to kill him. So, at the end of the day, he's mostly just trading for a bit of damage. It's reasonable. Understandable. And what will you do now? How can you dodge? How good is your dodge? I guess we'll see. A couple Ice Wolves are getting caught, though. I don't think he likes that. He's gonna try and triple cap, though. Just a little awkward. Gonna get a decent shot over there. And then he's gonna kaboom! And he's slowed! So we can actually try and charge in. Unfortunately, we also get slowed by that, so maybe not. Let's see here. And I think if I just get a few units of infantry, they can really support this fight. I don't think the train's gonna die anytime soon. We're just gonna... yeah, just park it over there. It's a little slow, though. I'll give it that. And he got a spirit leech on me. Impolite. Very impolite. And we friendly fired. Dang it. Alright. Slight misplays, I'd say. Slight misplays. It's still not the end of the world. I think we still have a lot of teeth here. But my opponent has adapted well to the situation. I'm going to keep pushing him back, though. And then we're going to target fire these guys in the heat of the moment to potentially make a sick play. These gobos, too. Lots of damage. Lots of damage on that little thing. And we've managed to secure a point. So, I think we're kind of stabilizing. If the train dies, it's obviously terrible for us, but it ain't dead yet. And how are you going to pin it down? Alright, so, yeah, with just a million dudes. What's he gonna lose for this train, though? Maybe a Lord? Maybe a Chimera? Maybe a Skin Wolf? Maybe nothing. This train is slow, man. I don't know how I feel about it. I will kill his Lord, though. That's good. And I will be able to secure another point. That's amazing. And the train does live. Maybe I can get a 6 shot here on his boys. Will he dodge? It's telegraphed very hard. Oh, barely. Barely dodging it. Well played by my opponent. I'll give him that. Though, me resecuring points is good. And we still don't know if he'll kill this train. I think he will. But I should be able to, like, kill off some skin wolves here, maybe. Yeah, there it goes. Train down! Train down, but so are the skin wolves. And if I keep spamming hobgoblins, I think it's not too bad. Skin wolves are down. Chimera's getting bullied. We do have this capture point, and I can probably just chase these doggos. I think he gets it, but at too much of a cost, right? This is feeling like we're still up trading really well. Since my Lord is alive, his is dead. We have the double cap, so time pressure is now on our side. I can really take my sweet time. And with all this mobility coming in, it's going to be a little sketchy. It's going to be a little sketchy for my dear opponent. There you go. Chimera takes a big hit, so that's almost definitely routing off now. As predicted. Very correct on that front. Little skin wolf dude. He'll be down soon enough. And now all that's left is a bunch of horsemen getting hard countered. Close game, honestly. Close game. I think we just ended up getting slightly cleaner plays. And the backfield advantage really helped us out here. We still have all of these dudes, right? You can see he's really starting to diminish in terms of overall forces. The whole, like, skirmisher advantage here is just amazing. And now what are you gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna out-skirmish. They see it. They know it. Yeah, resummon the choo-choo? You mad lad. Chat's full of mad lads today. Alright. Let's finish this guy off first. So he does bring back the Lord. It's easier to just walk them off the map manually instead of microing it, by the way. Some Marauders are not really a big threat. Okay, and then he's just going to push over here. Now, he just has a couple Marauders. I just need to escort the Skin Wolf off. I could resummon the Choo-Choo. Though, I'm not here to make big misplays just yet. Give me a second. Skin Wolf really needs to be escorted off. It's a little bit of a micro tax, but definitely worth it if we can get him off that battlefield just a little bit faster. You can see his horsemen are just really lackluster right now. And he can't summon in more horsemen to punish my Lord. That's one thing you would usually be worried about, but obviously all the horsemen are on the field. And as soon as this guy's off, I think we won it. Because then we're back to sniping his Lord, right? Definitely, though, I would not do this build against like a Danican or Charix. I could see them making some crazy plays. And this only really worked out because of that snipe. So you really got to be, yeah, a little careful. Little bit careful. I'm about to summon the Kadai, though, which are just going to backbreak him. I could re-summon the Choo Choo, though, but he's spamming Skin Wolves. All right, let's not... We're not going to throw for content, guys. I know you love to see it. But not today. What do these guys have? Don't they have, like, a cool ability? Yes. Leadership is broken. They slow routing units. Reminds me of a certain very strong single entity character. He brought Purple Sun. Catches a couple Noblars for it. Was it worth? Was it worth it? I would presume not. I gotta get in here soon, though. Okay, let's see if we can get Spirit Leech and his Lord. If we kill his Lord again, it's basically over. You have to pay that extra amount for the Purple Sun. It's gonna hurt him a lot. See if we can block him with some Gobos. There's not a lot of Gobos here, so I don't know if they can. It's kind of close, though. Oh, dang! Actually got the surround. Let's go. We got the micro. Come on, second Lord kill. Give it to him. Yeah, look at that. When you're playing a game against Centicity, Lords on both sides are gonna die. That's the one consistent thing. I'm happy I took the Bale Taurus on him, by the way. So much damage, 540. But yeah, that Lord's dead, son. He's super dead. Alright, hell yeah. So he's summoning in the Barrowman to hold the point. We win on the 2-cap, though. His Lord just died. And then I think we just end this with this breath attack over here. Just wait for them to get into combat so that you don't accidentally friendly fire. And this should do it. Oh, the dodge, though. Very nice. Opponent playing it well. I'm gonna need a lot more money before I can get the thing. I'm pretty sure he's gonna tap out before the train resummon. But I'll do it in case we have a million Barrowmen to kill. It will kill the Barrowmen extremely fast. Just give me a hot second. The double reverse minus 16. Huge plays. Yeah, there they are. The Barrowmen. They don't know what's about to hit them, though. It's gonna be real painful. Trust. Come on, man. Dude, this thing was expensive. Honestly, cut the train, and you're already in a much better position. Come on, man. Come on. Get it in here. What's he resummoning? Horseman. Interesting. It shall not be enough, though. Barrowman won't be terror routed either. Come on. Yes. Fire away. Alright, there you go. That's my Barrowman counter. Oh, you can see him. He's trying to dodge. Ah, dang it. Oh, he got the jukes. I gotta get closer. You just gotta get closer. Dude, the shots on this thing are so slow. Alright, speed boost. Has this thing done anything? I don't know if it's done anything. Kind of an awkward unit. He's gonna try and Lord snipe me. I can feel it in my bones. Let's see here. Yeah, back to these guys. Now that there's no infantry to worry about. You can see the fear is in him, though, right? He doesn't want to get stuck in a fight because he knows the shots are coming. Maybe if I can get him in melee. Dude, that one's gonna miss. Oh, the shotgun did more. Well, I guess they're slowed at least. Now, as I remember, this thing can shoot in melee. Oh, I gotta be a little careful here. I actually don't have that much. He's still spamming horsemen, though, so, like, the sneaky gets will do well. Yeah, I got 2 sneaky gets here. We're fine. Oh, shot down there. All right. He's gonna hit. Is he not paying attention? Jeez, this thing's inaccurate. This thing's hella inaccurate. What is that? All right, we're spirit leeching the cav now. Times are weird. Dude, imagine if this thing throws it for me. How disappointing would that be? I doubt he has the time to kill it, though. And we caught his horses. Alright, I'll just summon Oglacon's boys. They'll do. Dude, this thing... I can't believe you can actually dodge it in melee, almost. Crazy. Crazy sauce. I ain't falling for that. We're just gonna pull back. Okay, it's fine. The shot here, right, slows the ammunition. One of its shots should slow. Can you shoot a shot, please? Okay, I think I gotta turn on fire at will for this thing to work. I got the fear in him at least. Ah, God, now he's gonna kill my lord. He's gonna kill my lord. Unless... Can we save him? Kind of forgot about him for a bit. It's okay though, I have a double cap. Hey, at least the thing's good at controlling space. At least it has that sweet, sweet space control. Lord lives, despite getting double slowed by my own stuff. Yo, this thing's jank. What is that? It shot at the Bearman? And it missed! What a guy! Holy crap! Okay, I am falling less in love with this as time goes on. Whatever, it's gonna buy space for me. It's like, look, Pa. What are you doing? Stop shooting! Oh wait, maybe it hits these guys. Sick Kurgan hit, saved my boys. Aw yeah, got the partial hit on the Kurgans. Let's go. I don't know how to control this unit. This thing's weird, man. Weird unit. Very strange, very confusing. He's not gonna capture this. I'm just gonna ignore him. This is the biggest disrespect you can do to your opponent's misplay. The fun fact is, this thing's gonna take 33 seconds to capture. So this is how you disrespect him. You just don't respond to it. And then he's gonna be like, crap, I gotta defend this point, and he's gonna have to pull them off. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Times are coming. Come on. Do it. I dare you. Worst case, I'll just resummon here. Maybe I gotta respect it now. Oh, okay, now he's just gonna pull all his forces. I'm gonna have the double cap still, though. I guess I don't really need to summon anything just yet. It should be fine. Honestly, I got so many dudes. Yeah, he's only gonna capture it because he brings these guys in. Wait a second, from downtown, maybe? What if he doesn't notice? What if he doesn't notice the massive sound cube? Who knows? Alright, alright. I got untarget, so that's not so obvious who I'm shooting at. Bro, come on, man. Just let it land one shot. This thing's been trying its whole life. Alright, fine. Melkor is good enough to dodge. Like, Melkor can get some good dodges off. Now that he's on the point, though, if he wants to capture it, he's gonna have to face the point-blank shot. Can you survive that? I dare you. Train mode activate. Now he just has to shoot. They're in the trees. They're slower than usual. Yeah, it killed 2 horsemen. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is garbage unit, man. Hey, it did terror out the whole bunch, all right? As an SC, I guess it did that. It got 1500 value. It was counter-builded, I guess. God. Garbage unit, though. What a garbage unit. Oh my gosh, I want to puke. I want to puke. 250 value Dreadquake. It got less than if I just put it on normal train, I swear. The only thing it did was it made him overextend. Now, I guess that's okay in some situations, but if my opponent played it a bit better, I think he could have just avoided fighting. Because the Dreadquake was literally a non-issue. If his Bearmen were dodging it, there's no way. On 2 summons too. Wait till you see the price. My cavalry play though, looking pretty good. Skirmishers did well. Didn't get to use the Demon Stun because we were trying to have fun with the memery. Chimera farm value off the thing, but yeah. I think the double Lord Snipe just really sealed the deal. Spirit Leeches were good. And yeah, it cost 3,000, bro. I could have 2 Thunder Barges for the same price. 6k gold for a 1.5k value. Peak Dwarven Engineering. If they could just turn the mortar to shoot a little bit more horizontally, I think I would be a much happier person. But there you go, match is done. So it looks like it's me, Opal Bear, and it's going to be Charx versus Michael. If Charx manages to win, then congratulations. We got a big dog in the top 4. Charx struggling though. What's he playing? None. He's counterpicking today. Interesting. That's what you get for listening to chat. Anyways, hear me out. 2 Dreadquakes. You could have 3 Chadma Cannons for that price. Yeah, the Magma Cannons were way better. They were way better, man, last time. Dude, they would have annihilated his poor horseman. I think he actually couldn't have done anything to the Magma Cannons, but the Dreadquake memery was fun. Kadai are amazing. I think if Chaos Dwarfs could bring only Kadai and face a faction with no cannons, I think it actually is an auto win. Their roster is so skewed. Like, this is it. These are the best performing units for the Chaos Dwarfs. I think the Bull Centaurs are garbage compared to these guys. These are 200 gold cheaper. They're basically the same speed. It's an 8 speed difference. And they're just better in every way. Fire, magic attacks, anti-infantry, armor piercing. The demonic got that sweet physical resistance. What do these guys have? Less armor, no physical resistance. What a joke. Have you tried the Bull Centaur shield variant? We haven't. I don't think they're that great though. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, they're cheaper. I would run them if they cost $13.25. That's for sure. Hard maybe on the Hobgoblin bolt throwers. Hoblin gob throwers. 650 for a bolt thrower. 8 entities. It's better than the elf variants, but I don't know if it gets the work done. Honestly, it's close enough in price to the Magma Cannon. I don't know why. Actually, no, we do see Magma Cannons a lot. Never mind. Yeah, Magma Cannons are really great. You basically just fight until they can't rush you, and then you bring in the hammer. This thing, it just ends the game if you can't rush. Completely and utterly. It does so much damage. Oh yeah. They have a blazing body, melee damage reflection, and physical resist. Holy crap. Kadai are so stacked, man. I would say this unit is hard carrying the roster. If you disagree, get out of my chat. Get out of here. This unit's insane. What do we compare it to? Let me see. Would I rather have a Kadai or 2 Slaanesh? Whoa. Remember, this is a unit that people say are OP. Even if I disagree with them, they're certainly good. And I would take a Kadai over 2 Slaanesh always, forever, for the rest of my life. I'd be willing to delete Slaanesh from the game if I can keep Kadai. Kadai versus Chaos Knights? That's a joke. Let's see here. What other slow speed units? Kadai are significantly better than the Greenskin Cavalry. Kadai or Wrathmongers? Ooh, okay, now we have a bit of a tussle. So they're both susceptible to shooting. Kadai are faster. I would say Wrathmongers, if they were on any other faction, they also would be used a ton. Because of just how punchy they are. There's really no unit like the Wrathmonger. Kadai are cheaper, though. So I think if we had to choose... Like, if I was Dwarves and I had to choose between Wrathmongers or Kadai, I might choose. I might choose Kadai, because they're cheaper. But it's close. It's close. Could I have the mass? For, like, Empire? I feel like if I was Empire, I might rather have Kadai. I might. It's close, though. Wrathmongers bring a lot to the table. Let's be real here. This unit is overtuned to make up for Khorne's weaknesses. Not overtuned in a bad way. It's just literally how the faction works. What do you do with Chaos Dwarves against Dwarven Cannons? Line of sight them. Most maps will have some terrain to park your artillery pieces away. If you're playing Chaos Dwarves on a completely flat map, you're doing it wrong. Wrathmonger's easy choice. Really? Kadai are so much cheaper and they're almost just as killy. They just suck versus cannons, but... Yeah, anyways. If you want your Chaos Dwarf artillery to do well, just park them behind a hill. And they'll be fine. It's true. The Wrathmonger ROR is like a whole different beast. The normal Wrathmonger is less so. But yes, it does make you instantly win the melee fight. I guess it comes down to play style. I do like how fast the Kadai are. Let's take a look-see. Chowie Kadai. Their speed is 54. It's like twice the speed of a lot of infantry. A lot of slower infantry anyways. Every build would have the ROR in reserve, no doubt. That's true. Not every build would use the Kadai, but I think they would be used more often. They're just so punchy. High Elves would kill for this. High Elves replacing Oceanage with Kadai. Then again, replacing them with Wrathmongers is also good. Surprising that they're cheaper than Dragon Princes. They feel better than Dragon Princes. Also, we're still waiting on a few matches to finish. Big Bees is playing their match. If they lose, they're out. Michael and Charix are facing off. Kadai or Croxagores? The punchy Croxagores? I think Kadai times 1,000,000, but let me double check. So he's talking about these bad boys. Cohort of Hawaddle. Now this guy costs 1,700. That is extremely expensive. But let's compare them. So very expensive. Stat difference. They have more melee attack and they have dazed. So the damage is way higher. The Kadai have a whopping bonus 20 versus infantry. So at least as far as infantry is concerned, Kadai are better. They are significantly cheaper, which I think is something people don't appreciate very much. Armor is higher on the Croxagores, same with their HP. So they're tankier, they have more leadership. The unit on its own is definitely stronger. Their speed is slower though. I think if you literally ported this unit into the Chaos Dwarf roster, they would still summon Kadai. Reason being, you want the cheapness and you want the speed. Though definitely, against many single entities, these guys will just beat their faces off. Minus 10 melee defense is insane. And the speed reduction on top of poison is minus 40%. It's actually real nasty. Regular Sacred Croxagores. So if you compare these guys to Kadai, I think it's not even close. And I think you can kind of tell because Lizardmen don't really spam these guys. They only take the ROR. But Kadai here, they have higher melee defense and bonus 20 versus infantry. So against infantry, they're hitting at 52 compared to these guys, which is 38. Yeah, I think that difference is just a little bit too big. Higher speed. The charge bonus is really good. Blazing body. Oh, I guess these guys have primal instincts when they get low. They have predatory fighter if something routes. So, yeah, they just don't really see a lot of play though. I might try them out next time I play Lizardmen though. Redeem the stretch. Thank you. Gotta make sure that we're not sedentary. Oh, I don't know if you heard that crack. My hips. I'm getting old. The 30s, they come for me. Khorne Minotaurs. They're quite similar. Anti-infantry, they got the charge bonus, they got the frenzy, lots of melee attack, bonus versus infantry. I wonder why Khorne Minotaurs don't feel like could die though. What's the difference? What are they missing? No physical resist and 70 armor. So it's actually the same price. No magic attacks. HP is fairly similar, though notably a little bit more for the Minotaurs. It's only a 10 armor difference. But, I think that plus the 10% physical resist. I don't know what it is, but it just makes them feel so much tankier. It might also just be that 10 armor difference. Armor can matter quite a bit. I guess that's it though? Huh. Like that really makes the Khorne Minotaur seem amazing, doesn't it? Though they are good. They are definitely good. Damage reflect, yeah, so they uptrade really hard. Oh, their animations are also really good. I think Minotaurs feel like they have bigger hitboxes. Is that just me? What do you consider the best kite unit? And is it more valuable to the roster than Kadai? Yes. 100%. Best kite unit, Weight Watchers. Done, man. It's done. Conversation over. What makes Weight Watchers so good? Armor piercing shots. 24 ammo. 4 Weight Watchers has enough to kill any unit in the game in one volley if you aim it right. Let's say you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. It takes you 2 volleys to kill a unit. That means your 4 Weight Watchers can kill 12 units. They can delete 12 enemy units from the battlefield. Most starting armies have about 12 units. So, yeah. I think there's it's a bit of an issue when you're trying to survive. These guys are insane. Protecting them is a separate issue, but they are very strong. They also look cool, yes, the most important thing. They're good, but Khorne doesn't struggle in the infantry killing department. Yes, I think you got it, Hobo Dan. Yeah. I think if you gave Minotaurs to Chaos Dwarves, they would also love them. But it's true, Khorne is usually facing Kite all the time. And Chaos Dwarves are usually facing, like, mid-tier infantry. So, it makes a lot of sense that they just love the good old high-mass dudes. It is nice how these rosters kind of play off themselves and manage their weaknesses and all that. Kadai Fireborn versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's the one that did the ear thing, right? That's all I know. Did they show up in Baki? If they didn't get a shout out in Baki, they don't have my respect. I think the odds are likely, though. The odds are quite likely. Yo, dude. For anyone who hasn't seen it, just type up Baki Spine. Or maybe Baki Whip. funniest scene in the entire anime. Oh my gosh. What a weird show, man. What a weird show. Oh man. It's like a 10-year-old just start thinking about all these cool moves. Turned it into an anime. Iron Mike Isabaki character. Yeah, they got Obama. They got Obama and Baki. Yo. Rule of cool cranked up to 10,000. It's hilarious. What it does well. I can say that. I don't think it's possible to make people uglier than in the show. I've seen worse. I've seen much worse. Also, we have our top 3, I believe. Barring some crazy plays, but it looks like me, Big B's, and Stingers are in top 3 right now. I see. Michael and Charix are still finishing up their match, though they should be done soon. Melkor is in another match too. I think Melkor, if they win, they could actually dethrone Stingers. That would be quite something. But it's going to be close. What's the most coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb matchup in this game you can think of? It has to be one where people think that the coughing baby has a chance, right? Let's see here. Honestly, most people versus Kugath. It's actually really easy to forget how insane Kugath is. With healing, Kugath 1v1s basically everyone in the entire game if it's a melee fight. So like, even Nakari loses to Kugath, I believe, quite handily. This guy has very strong stats, but most importantly, an absurd melee pool. Or absurd HP pool, I'm saying. He's got crazy melee defense debuffs. Amazing magic. Even more melee defense. He's just not hitting him ever. I guess he heals Nurglings around him. That's not a big thing, though. But yeah, he also has Slime Trail. So you're not going to hit him, right? This is +5 melee defense. Holy crap. Yeah, he has 69... Oh, dang it. Nice. He has 69 melee defense effective. And he also has 90 melee attack effective. So, yeah. Yeah, Kugath is insane. Yeah, very decent armor too. High leadership. And then if you pair anybody versus Kugath, like you might think Alberic's a good duelist. Nah, man. Alberic gets dumpstered by Kugath. Yep. Wait, yeah, high Elf Source Vampire counts is very bad for vampire counts. Last I checked anyways. Can Kugath survive a jump from 4 Vargulfs? I'm pretty sure he can, because the Mortis engine is so high damage. Yeah, Alberic has low melee defense for long fights, but it's easy to forget. I think a lot of people see how strong Alberic is in practice and think he can duel a Kugath. Maybe not many people. I think it's generally quite well known now, but... let's see here. Oh, another thing. The Pleasure Seekers. Pleasure Seekers versus Scarbrand. I think they, like, take out half his HP on the charge. It's not exactly Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, though. We kind of need a little bit more. There's some crazy stuff, though, like Vampire Coast. Zombie Deckhands is actually the strongest infantry unit at this price point. it is absurd how good these guys are compared to, like, let's say these guys, men-at-arms. Jeez Louise. It's a lot of value. Okay, Melkor just needs to finish their game, and then we're good. Charix has made it. Nice. Alright, I'll let them know that they can start facing big bees. The way this tournament's lining up, the only person we're waiting for is facing me. It's either going to be Stingers or the winner of Melkor and Chaotic Semmel. Chaotix Emil? I don't know. Anyways. If you can cycle charge, Alberic wins. Does he, though? Does he? Maybe with perfect cycle charging? Kugat is insane, though. Like, he is insane. I don't know, man. He also has the slows, so he might hit you in the back while you're trying to run. I would love to see it. My money's on Kugat, though. Depends on how well. I think with perfect cycle charging. With the most amazing Legend of Total War 3-hour swooping cycle charging, then yes. Also, he would get tired when you cycle charge. I think he would take Kugat like down to half HP at best before he gets exhausted. And then he suffers the speed debuff, he suffers the melee attack debuff, the charge bonus debuff. And he doesn't have perfect vigor, right? Yeah, Alberic's dead with perfect cycle charging. You would need to cycle charge and rest to get your vigor back. Because Kugat, he's not losing vigor. He's going to be at perfect. I don't even know if the anti-large helps him hit. Let me see. Okay, he will hit. He will hit. Even with the melee attack debuff, let's say he loses 10. He'll still have like 70 some odd, 72 melee attack versus Kugat. That's just enough to land hits. And he has a charge bonus. So even if this goes down... I guess if you wait for cooldowns too. So if you charge only when you have heroic killing blow. But then Kugat will also get his abilities, right? Also, technically, if you're using abilities, Kugat can just rancid visitations them. And no amount of cycle charging is going to save you from that. 2 overcast rancid visitations, Alberic is basically done for. You don't even need the fleshy abundance. I don't think so anyways. He has like double the HP of Alberic. Jeez. And yeah, you get the Plague Father's Oration. No way. No way, Jose. Melkor still playing. Lewin with cycle charging? I think Lewin has a much better chance because of the healing. That's kind of like saying, like... It's kind of like saying an Empire engineer can beat Kugat. By putting him on a steam tank and then just using the infinite shots of the steam tank to kill... Okay, maybe not that extreme. But like, you know, like any ranged hero with enough ammunition. In some ways to get infinite ammunition. Like, they'll kill Kugat. Although, most of them would actually run out of ammo. I think a steam tank, though, with 40 shots. Yeah, even with the healing, I think he would just kill Kugat. Yeah, 40 ammo. Yeah. Yeah, I think he has enough. That's, like, what, 16,000 damage? Kinda brutal. Marcus Wolfhard not, though. Oh, wow. Really? 45 shots at bonus versus large 120. Impressive. So that's 450 a shot. I'd say most of it gets negated. He's still hitting for like 300 damage. At 45 shots, I think he barely doesn't have enough to kill Kugath because his armor is, it's not that high. With these two abilities, I think Marcus makes it. It's tight though, it's very tight. Questionable. Bro has a tank as a bow. Unfortunately, it's kind of slow and misses a lot. I think single entity horse characters, their archer shots should either be homing or way faster. I think Coadil can beat Kugath. I forget if Coadil was one of those exceptions that actually could do it. They have insane stats and like some of the best abilities in the game. So I give it a hard maybe. 10,000 HP. Oof, I give it a hard maybe. Kugath's melee defense might be a bit too high. Does Coadil have healing? No healing, but they have Doombolt. Very hard maybe. Very hard maybe. Scarbrand should be the best duelist in the game. Does he have the best melee stats on tabletop? I would be very surprised if Scarbrand had the best melee stats. If he did, they're misrepresenting him in game. Coadil has a vigor drop ability of 100%. That'll do it. That'll do it. Alright, Melkor versus Pope Patty. It's still going. The 25 minutes in should be done soon, though. Can Kugath beat a Dread Saurian? He might. I think with his spells, yes. Scarbrand's a mindless beast, not a duelist. Very true. So who is the best duelist in lore? You think, is Archaon supposed to be a really good duelist? How about, Nagash? I saw he has a sick dagger. He has a sick little dagger. Give Scarbrand, like, 88 melee attack. I love the 8s. I love the 8s. Yeah, and Unyielding Assault. Does he get there with the Frenzy? That's 85. Does he have anything that gives him +3 melee attack? Wow, they really goofed up, didn't they? Oh, that's such a shame. Yeah, it should be 88 with Frenzy. Grimgor is the best. In lore, Grimgor technically may have done things to Archaon, but I don't think that's his actual lore. Malice, Gotrek maybe. In the books, like maybe Endgame, Gotrek maybe. But like in the books, a troll is kind of like, oh, that's so scary. Right? So I don't know if Gotrek actually is like greater demon status until we get to like maybe the very end of his lore. '88 has some negative meanings in Europe. It's just a stat. It's fine. We got 69s all over the place. And besides, it's Khorne's number, man. It's his jam. Malekith one-shot Scarbrand. Disappointing. Where's Lore Master of Sotek? Yeah, we can figure out who the strongest playable character is. I think obviously it's Croak. Croak is like insane in lore, okay? I don't think anyone, if we're going by anime power scaling, which I do have a little bit of a pleasure in watching, but Croak is like what? Continental levels of destruction with his magic. So unless you are literally stronger than a continent, Croak can tear you apart like no one's business. It's too bad in game he sucks, but the guy destroyed like the Dwarven Empire with Mazdamundi accidentally, right? Maybe I'm off a bit with the lore, but probably not that off. In pre-Age of Sigmar tabletop, anyone with heroic killing blow just kills whatever they hit on a 6. That's funny. In Total War, it is not represented as such. Most of the Slaans are the most powerful characters in lore. Yeah, I think the Slaans, they win it. Meanwhile, Pizza 3 doesn't even kill infantry entities now. Yeah, I hate what they did to explosion spells. Let me know when done. Just making sure everything goes smoothly. This last match is taking a little while. Lewin is so metal that his blood was enough to burn Gugath. Dang. Oh my gosh, they weren't playing their match this whole time? Oh my gosh. Okay, then we're up against Stingers. Alright. Stingers time. So, what are they playing? Stingers is playing Big Bees, Charix. Stingers is playing High Elves. Alright, I can face High Elves. I can face High Elves, not a big deal. Let's do it. I'm playing Chowie. High Elves can have a hard time getting through their kind of main tide spam. Let me find the map real quick. Let's see here. Friday ladder tournament. You do not consider Games Workshop lore accurate? Literally, just some guy could kill a greater demon to show how cool they are. That's how it be. It's the fate of all greater demons. Alright, we're on Imperial Ambush. I think I have a fun play we can go for here. Versus High Elves. They should, in theory, have a hard time versus, but it really depends on how they actually play it out. From experience, though, I've been on the receiving end of this build, and let me tell you, it sucks. It sucks facing this build on the High Elf side. Though whether or not I execute it correctly, we'll see. Do I have the build save? I do not. It's fine though. I can kind of just bring it up from memory. Felix, you killed a Chaos Lord with a pistol shot? Okay, if you think about it, guns are pretty scary. Let's see. What's the best magic versus High Elves? Anybody know? I could take the Flames. Or I can take Lore of Metal. I kind of like having some just supreme infantry killing power. Yeah, maybe that's what I do. Sure. Sure, alright. Ooh, alright, yeah. Okay, I kind of like where this is going. So High Elves, they can be a little bit annoying. They can be a little bit annoying, but I don't know if they have many tools for G'day. They definitely have a problem dealing with massive amounts of armor. Is it just the Gadai I want to bring, though? This really goes to show that I actually did need to practice this build. Because clearly, I don't know what I'm doing here. You gotta be able to kill off war lions and such. Those guys will be quite annoying. Though, Kadai are quite good there. There's also Oceanids. The new Oceanid meta. Oh, crap. Yeah, my... Oceanids are weird because they can actually super hard counter my poor guys. Everything does fire damage. Except for hobgoblins. Let's go. Alright. The power of the gobbo. Might actually save my butt here. We'll see. Because, yeah, literally, Oceanids, I don't really have much else I can kill them. Lamassus don't have fire attacks, I guess. But they're kind of just a bad single entity. Real worried about that paper hammer situation. So, I guess I just do this. It's a real awkward build. Overall, I don't like where this is at, but I'm gonna try it for the memes. We'll see. We'll see. Here, Chowie have a magma cannon thing. My bad. A cannon thing that shoots magma. Got ahead of myself. I'll take maybe one. Maybe one. With this type of build, that's usually what you see. Like one magma cannon, maybe one other artillery piece. Wonder though, like high elves can kind of take a melee fight nowadays. They're much better at just taking melee fights than they used to be. Lamassu have the silence aura. Not super useful versus high elves. Bellacor's the unlucky guy of every story. He's the punching bag. I'm really wondering if this build is good at all, man. Like, I know I had trouble when I was playing High Elves against this. This was pre-Oceanid, though. What if my opponent has, like, a Sea Elemental and then we get screwed? I'm really interested to see how this goes. This is kind of your classic Chowie build. So I do kind of expect to get hard counted here. I'm playing quite vanilla. But such is the way of learning the matchups. Alright. So, Castellans, they have fire attacks. But they still hit pretty hard. They might be able to shoot the elementals to death. Though no magic attacks is actually pretty rough. They can kind of post up and just shoot any SCs that we run into. We're going for the Mega Tide dudes. Just a wide, thick front line of guys. And then we have these dudes. So we got some Infernal Iron Sworn. Yeah, some blasting charges. Lots of Chowie warriors. Ready, good luck, have fun. And the idea is very simple, right? We just post these guys on the hill. We shoot them. Summon Meated Angler's favorite unit. And if he goes for a kite game, we just push him all the way back. If he goes for a fighty game, my front line is actually pretty decent at fighting. He needs to spam white lions for that to work. And that's what this is for. Flames of Asgore. 18 winds of magic, delete an infantry unit of your choice. And he only has 11 units. So I think we'll be fine. Oceanage probably ruin your day. I really want to see. Show me, Stingers, where the high elf meta has brought us. Kind of the weird part about this build, though. And the problem about playing factions. Like playing a bunch of different factions and not specializing. It's that you don't really get the chance to get super well built builds. This is why I tend to be worse with the Mantide. Because you need a solid build for that to work. Caradrian, interesting. Vanilla Caradrian. Attuned to magic, so he has some damage resist at high magic. We see a Tyrion, you mad lad. And some skirms, you double mad lad. Okay, so immediately what I want to do is just summon the Magma Cane. Now, obviously Caradrian's gonna want to fight him, right? He doesn't have the fire resist, though. And if he dives the Magma Cannon now, I think he'll be okay. We have a bit of infantry over here. Is this gonna friendly fire or shoot into the hill? We'll see. There it goes. It clears the hill. Gets a bit of damage. Love to see it. Alright, so I can start bullying Caradrian. That's good. Got a decent amount of deeps in. Cavalry. Shoving into my little dudes over there. Not a big deal. And Caradrian indeed does respect our guys. All that we love to see. Magma Cannon will trade for us. That's for sure. And overall, I'd say this is going okay. What I really want, though, the real prize, is pushing into this backfield. Sunfang just hits a unit of Gobos. It actually misses, too. Doubly sad for your boy, Tyrion. We got our first victory point. Magma Cannon should be able to shoot soon. Though it appears to be having a bit of a hard time. And then we're gonna see if we can get Caradrian to dive this thing. Because I can summon some Kadai there to really just solve that situation. Now the big question, do I push or do I cap? I don't think I need a capture because we're actually kind of up trading right now. Caradrian goes for the fight against the Castellan. He did get an anti-large bonus buff recently. Kind of funny. But yes, they are much stronger than they used to be. I think I'm just gonna tentatively stay on this point. But we're not actually going to commit hard here. I think if I do, that really could put me in a bad spot. I think I do want Kadai to save this thing. You can see my boys here, they're doing great. Big ol' buffs. And I'll just start maneuvering. Alright, we'll see how good these chariots are. They need a lot of micro to do well. Okay, he finds himself disengaging. Caradrian's getting poked up pretty hard. But I don't really want to give my opponent that late game victory. So I'm just going to try and go for like a light push. The warriors don't really die here. But it does put me slightly more out of position, of course. See Caradrian though. These double Castellan is so nasty. Their shots are actually faster than like everything else in the game. For whatever reason, they just have some insanely fast shots. And if we can capture this point, all the better for me. You know what? Things are going well enough where I think if we just summon 2 Wolf Riders here, we can probably get that done. Caradrian does get out of range though. Gets that sick awakening of the wood. I don't think we're going to get a double cap. Which is actually pretty bad for me then. Because I kind of wanted the sweet trades here to hard carry. I kind of wanted to get the triple cap and just slow trade, but now it's going to be a little bit sketchier. My artillery piece lives at least, but An interesting situation. Caradrian, though, he's definitely gonna get shot up. We're gonna halt movement on them. And then I want to think about where we're gonna cast our big spells, right? So he has a couple spears in here. That's pretty good for us. I need like a blob, though, for this to work. Cannon's cooking hard, though. Okay, and I should be able to make the transition across to finally find my way on the point. And then with more Kadai, I think we'll be a-okay. Let's just engage with these guys. Yeah, I just need a few of these guys to actually get into the fight. We're gonna keep poking the Caradrian. Clock's ticking a little bit for my opponent. It's still not as fast as I wish it would be. He's doing a good job body blocking the point. Got some more lions in here. I don't think we're doomed, though. There's the Kadai. Nice, nice. Okay, and then I can start shooting into this fight with the cannon. Then what we do is we get a big spell cast over there. This is a big swing play type of spell. You can see it hurts a lot. It's going to kill off most of the spears and most of the capture weight there. And that's going to help make sure that we don't lose this point. In the meantime, Caradrian is suffering. He's taking lots of deeps. Can't really abandon this point. I gotta be ready for like cav summons and such. We do have some rallied forces. I'd say this game's going okay, but the double cap is what makes me really worried. Yeah, the double cap's a little sketchy. Just a tiny little bit. Big heal over here too. I might be able to still secure this point though. And I think the Kadai will be really annoying to dislodge. Caradrian can only get so much work done. There we go, we got the magma cannon over there. Like, you know, this is going okay. We got some spears routing. Trading's actually amazing for me. I actually did not expect that. Okay. So apparently, we're just completely annihilating in the melee grind. Surprise, surprise! I thought this was way closer. But I guess without something to kill the Kadai, this is going to be rough. I've just been losing gobos, right? Yeah, I've just been losing wave after wave of gobos. Nothing else, really. Oh, would you look at that? The damage on Caradrian's good. I just have to be a little careful that we keep in mind that my opponent is, in fact, healing. They are healing a decent amount, and we don't want them to farm that kind of value. I will say it is pretty funny to see how badly Tyrion is doing. I could probably just ignore Caradrian. Ah, crap. Somehow he got onto my magma cannon. That's actually a little unfortunate. If it dies here, that's really bad. Oh, wait, just a darn second. Don't mind me. Just deleting all your infantry. That's gonna solve a lot of issues then. That's gonna solve a lot. So with them down, suddenly life has gone a lot more difficult. We still have Kadai. They're still pushing back cavalry. That's how we like to see it. And then I think if we pile onto the point now, I think we get it. I will say this is not the prettiest game I've played, but I like the build. The build feels pretty decent. I just gotta make sure he doesn't like snipe my lord or something. There you go, infantry are going down, and then another Kadai will definitely cook. I'm gonna have the gobos here. Yeah, his line chariots just didn't really get too much work done. So I'll just make sure he doesn't steal this point. The instinct is there, right? So very easy, you just summon some gobos. Alright, nice. And then I think we give him the last... Whoops. The last little hammer. I don't think he can dodge this. So if I do that, then we just get the point. And then the real time pressure begins, and then we win. That's the plan, anyways. Pretty decent damage. This guy has 200 kills. He is getting absolutely murdered times a million by Caradrian and Tyrion. He's on foot, though. But they did change how foot units work. They don't get knocked down nearly as easily anymore. Unfortunately for my opponent, a couple units here get caught out. So he's not going to capture the point, but he routes off my lord. This is a real annoying build to deal with, though. Like, I feel like I am just kind of autopiloting. Unlike the other builds we've done today, this is very much so a slow burn build. You just kind of walk forwards and it's not bad. Still have to make sure he doesn't pull back somehow though. He might be able to hold the point, but losing a 400 gold unit here is definitely a big loss. He's gonna go for the Lord snipe. Hey, look at that! He holds it! I will say, this man tussles. Oh, it's gonna be so close though. He's gonna kill the Lord, because if that routes off a bunch of guys, then that would be really bad. But routing off his caster actually might do it. Oh, yeah, we get it. We get it with the Kadai, and now that's basically game over. Magma Cannon's killing it. Lord, thankfully, is super cheap. Losing him is barely an inconvenience. Final Transmutation would go crazy. Not versus the infantry. The main thing I want in this game is capture weight. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why I felt like this magic was just slightly better. But yeah, now he's triple capped. The end is nigh for my opponent. It's very nigh. I honestly think these Kadai are insane. Once again. I say it every day before I go to bed. Jeez Louise though, these Kadai. Oh. A little bit of a precursor volley on these guys. Come on. Yeah, it's gonna do a little bit of damage. I think they'll knock him out. See, the worry is starting to kick in too, right? Also, wow, the Castellans don't really die, do they? Decently high melee defense, and they got anti-large. Love it, love it. Some Kadai beginning to crumble, sadly, due to the loss of my Lord. I think if I can give up this point, though. Like, this build is obviously too slow to capture it. And then, yeah, we should be fine. I'm honestly surprised at how badly Tyrion's doing versus this guy. He's just getting shot in the back by his buddy. And there's the leadership boost. Leadership is once again mine. And now I would say things are about to get super rough. Oh my gosh, bro. The double Castellan's such a menace. What's their value? They cost 750. Oh my goodness, what an absolute menace those guys are. He actually had to abandon ship because they were just doing too much. Tyrion couldn't take him out. Could get a 6 shot? Unfortunately not. Maybe I'll kill these white lions. Realistically though, if I just stall this point, we're good. Dude, he's still getting shot. Oh, Tyrion. Yo, these guys are bullies, man. They just sit there. Plinky plonk away. They might even kill him too. Alright, what's next? Yo, I wonder, does this work? If this just kills Caradrian, that would be hilarious. Oh, let's go! I lost the cannon. I did about a third of the HP off Caradrian. Is that optimal? No. No, it's quite suboptimal, but it's funny. It is funny. I am happy to have done that. Pretty nasty. If you overcast that, it does double the damage too. Double the missiles. You can use it to kill some very expensive dudes like Kugath. Also, dang, look at the Iron Sworn. What? 1700? Crazy. Alright. Final stretch, but he ain't gonna capture this point. At the end of the day, when you go for something like Caradrian, you gotta be ready to have other DPS tools. And this day, my opponent did not. GG, well played. That's our 5th win for today. And we are now up against Charix in the finals. We're up. I'm Chowie. Charix trying to get that tournament win. He obviously already qualifies, so that's not really a crazy thing. We're on Edge of the Darkwood. Very nice. I do quite like the Infernal Ironsworn. They were kind of nifty. Dwarf Warriors were only okay, but the main thing about this build is that you just have too much to kill. Castellan's got 3,000 value on their own. That's double the value of the Dreadquake Mortar, by the way. Tyrion actually cooked, but everything else not so much. I didn't even notice he had Dragon Princes. Dang. Alright, now Charx is a menace. So we're gonna have to try hard here. Final boss activation. Here we're going. Here we're going. It's a big map too, by the way. This is actually not the best for Chaos Dwarves. Okay, so Charx is playing no faction selected. Looks like he's sending them out. GG, well played to Stingers. What's it gonna be? I think Chaos Dwarves have a lot of counters, but I don't know if Charx plays them. So this might actually work out really well. The map is really disadvantaged for me. Kadai are obviously fast enough. The skirmishers are good, right? Also, if you hear something in the background, that's just some water boiling. Don't mind me. There's some fan noise. Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be done soon. Soon as I get the new place, too. It'll be far from the streaming setup. Life will be perfect. Yo, I'm so excited, by the way. I'm gonna do so much. I'm gonna have like a proper space to stream. Oh my gosh. I can have a shelf behind me instead of blank wall. High Elves, Chaos, Norska. Interesting. Do I want to deal with Hellstriders or Ice Doggos and Skin Wolves? From what I could tell, Norska is not that bad. I'm gonna try Norska. We'll see how this goes. Does the finals make you feel nervous? When there's no money on the line? Not really. If there's anything on the line, though, I tend to get fairly nervous, yes. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna go fairly vanilla here. And we're just gonna let Charx show what he has to possibly defeat this. Is this a triple magma cannon game? It's a triple magma cannon. Oh man, it did work that one time. It did work. This map is more flat too. Magma cannon for days. Maybe. Maybe the demon's tongue. Okay, I'm not gonna meme verse Charx though. I feel like normal iron demons are good enough. I feel like they're more than enough to get the job done. For like infantry cleanup. Realistically, all I need them for... What else do we got? Oh boy, Norska, man. If I can beat Charx as Norska with Chaos Dwarfs, though, that's a really good sign. I have noticed Charx has been playing more of these kind of hard meta factions, Norska and Chaos. I suspect Charx is on the warpath, trying to figure out how to get them victories with them. And I will need to be ready for that, because absolutely Charx can... If he learns them fast enough, I'm doomed. Let's see, 500 gold left. What do you guys think I should get for 500? Honestly, I don't see much that is actually worth getting. I guess maybe some laborers for capture weight. Some very cheap capture weight, if need be. I don't think I'll be summoning them though. Alright, Charx, give me your worst. finals time. Yeah, if the magma cannon carries again, it's just chaos dwarfs for life anytime I get a flat mat. Charix is the real... He's the first player I've seen today, though, that is, like, truly, truly scary. I think everyone else is good, but they're not, like... You know, I don't have to, like, full sweat. For Charix, though, I gotta lock in. This is not a memery match, for sure. I can't summon double Dreadquake against him, for example. You played like 100 finals before, still gets me nervous. I think it's mostly like the locking in. When I really have to focus, that's when it gets a little scary. This should be good though. I don't see a lot he can do here. I know they nerfed my boy Satang too much. It was fun while it was good though. Yeah, his spread shot used to be insane. He still sometimes sees play, but generally not in winning builds. Fun fact about Charix, by the way. In the last tournament, Turin's tournament, I hyper cheesed him. So he went for a kite build, which I predicted. And then I just went for a full cav max, beat him in like 2 minutes. That's really important for tournament readiness. Because the moment your opponent starts questioning what build you're going to go for, that's like the moment that you can just win off of builds alone. Because they start freaking out that you're going to super skew. So they themselves might skew harder into a counter. And if you just don't go for the crazy build, they just get wrecked. Now the only way to make this work is to go crazy builds sometimes in the big tournaments. Which can be risky, but in general, it just gets in their head, man. I've been doing this since my Warhammer 2 days against Zyphos. Very similar player to Charix, like to kite a lot. So like every once in a while, I just sprinkle in the hard kite counters. And then they like they start freaking out, man. They start freaking out. Second guessing themselves. They don't bring their best builds because they're like, oh, what if he does this? There's so many things he can bring. And then they die to 6 horsemen. And they're like, I knew you were going to bring 6 horsemen. I knew it. That's what you do literally every game. It's so good, man. It's so good. I do this to literally everyone. It's one of my strats for tournament readiness. But yeah. That's what game theory does for you. This is why I went to university. That one game theory course. Sentinels suck, man, even in campaign. Man, when it's bad in campaign, that's how you know it's really bad. Campaign and multiplayer. Now, we'll see if he's freaked out, though. Charix might just bring a more normal build. He might super skew. He's playing versus my Chowie, so I don't think he's worried that I'm gonna super skew or anything. I've just gone for pretty standard stuff, you know? Just Lord Snipe, lots of Kadai. Skin Wolves are weak to Kadai because they have fire damage. That can give you that little bit of extra oomph to rout them off if need be. Obviously, we got a lot of mobility. It's a big map. And if he's just going like Mantide Norska, you know what we're gonna bring. The magma cannons. We're gonna magma his face off. Now, we did see Charix play Warriors of Chaos into Norska. And I think he's still in the process of like learning the factions. Final transmutation on that Lord. So obviously we're just gonna beeline him and Spirit Leech him to death. He's on a horse, not a big deal. And this is a very similar build to what we saw before. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was looking away! Come on, man! Let me relax for a second, jeez. full Vanguard shenanigan. I didn't know he could take so many units. Are these Marauders, not Bearmen? Oh, I see. Alright. It's not the end of the world. We'll be able to save our skirmishers. He actually took a lot of damage on the riders here. But obviously suboptimal play on our end, right? Obviously a little suboptimal. I'll be okay though. So we're just gonna use these guys to screen for my skirmishers while they get the work done. Just gonna get a little breath attack over there. Very nice. It's gonna do a little bit of damage, and then we're gonna dodge. Gotta really lock in versus Sharks, man, dude. I can't believe he went for that. He saw I wasn't looking. Alright, so he's obviously gonna control a little bit of space. Here's the one thing he can't do. It's probably rush this position, right? So I think we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do your favorite. Him capturing the points early, though, is a little sketchy. Time pressure is going to be quite a bit higher for me here. I could overcast Spirit Leech's Lord, but I might as well wait a little bit. Here's the Magma Cannon, though. You know what? I am just going to do it. If he overcasts, it's going to hurt a bit, but killing off the Lord is just so good. Gonna get that partial dodge. I will say his horsemen here are doing well. Gonna see if we can get a little bit of skirmish damage. But what do you do about the cannon? Shots fired. It's obviously gonna be super hunkered down, right? Oh, look at him. Alright. Chargs with the sweet dodges. I'm gonna need more artillery to really force him forwards. This ain't gonna work otherwise. He's playing it very well so far. I'll give him that. Already 200 tickets in and I've barely done damage to him. Outside of a bit of Lord poke. Not a good situation. I would say Charks is playing this very well. He's retreating though, which is going to buy me a bit more time to get more stuff. Alright, let's just park the cannon piece over there. And I'm just not going to target anything. Because he might not be ready for that. Yeesh, very close, very close. Alright. His Lord's a little worse for wear. We got the two cannons. I just got to buy myself a little bit of space. So you can see, Charks does not plan to rush here, right? Obviously, he just wants to sit back and relax and enjoy the skirmish game. But can he deal with all this? He's gonna have some dogs over here. Let's deal with them. You can see the maneuvering is going hard. So he's trying to goad me forwards, because if he keeps dodging, we're not going to be able to deal with him, right? Should be able to just rush these javelins at least. I have a very strong army here. That should work out pretty well. He's probably going to want to cast an he's probably going to want an overcast final transmutation. But we're going to get some good damage. Oh, that's a Plague of Rust. Interesting. Smart, actually. Okay. Can you dodge while the fight is going on, though? Well, we're gonna get some sick Kadai plays. I will be able to maybe sneak in a bit of a spell cast here. Is he gonna get the final transmutation? I don't know yet. Okay, yeah. I think we're not in a terrible position. Oh, okay, he did get the final transmutation. Gonna have to split against that. So his Lord did overcast damage, so that means he's about one Spirit Leech away from dying. And if I can bait Charks into losing his cavalry here, that is potentially a game-winning play. Yeah, look at that deeps. Got the hobgoblins on him. So that's gonna put him into place. Value trading, though, is obviously not very good. I need to farm more off the artillery pieces. And the guy's pushing up, right? He wants in. He wants to take the fight. Now, this will bring him in magma cannoning range. But it's not like it's quite over just yet. I don't think this kills his Lord. I think he gets him low for me to kill him when I want to. Which is going to be very important. Double cannon shot. Lots of damage over there. But now we're going to have some Fimir. So how do you kill Fimir here? Well, I have a unit of Kadai. I have... okay, you know what? Maybe this does it. Yeah, I'm going to try that out. He gets a little bit of a D-summon. Okay, and then I'm just going to give him a bit of space. And maybe here the Kadai can just get the 6 surround. Yeah, man, dude, Charg's playing this well. He's playing this real well. He summons a dog. We're gonna try and go for the big old surround, though. Did his lord die? I don't think he died. I'd be surprised if he did. This ain't going nearly as well as last time, though, obviously. Not entirely sure where you went. I lost track of him. Dang it. It'll be spicy. It'll be spicy. I can get some shotgun spread shots here, though, at least. We're gonna see a pretty decent route, but I don't really have the magic here to win it, right? I'm gonna need a little bit more oomph. Clock's ticking, too. So unless I start up trading a lot, is pretty bad. I think whoever mentioned the Fimir thing, Norska build up Fimir. I think this map being so big and not being me being able to pressure is gonna just ruin me here. Dude, the Kadai got murdered! Holy moly! Another Fimir has arrived. Okay, we're gonna still get some pretty decent shots here, but this is obviously a much less commanding position. I think that early loss in units really set us far back, but yeah, this is not going so well. Magmas are doing okay, but they're gonna need a lot more time to do work. I think this only works if I can hold on to the points, but the 6 horsemen start really gave me a hard time. I was thinking, yeah, maybe I can just ignore them and it's fine. Or maybe I can just blast them, right? But indeed, it was not okay. And I don't even know which forest his lord went into. I think, I don't know if this is winnable. With how Charix played it out is fairly strong. I think if I played it a little safer, I think we would have been okay. Like, let me just defend these guys. Also, dang, he got the route on the artillery piece, too. Brutal. Oh, man. I think if I just played defensively. The early game went so sketchy, though, that he was able to kind of just punch in. Did he just lose his lord? No. Well, he doesn't have any magic, at least. But, yeah. I think we're dead. The horsemen, man. 6 horsemen. 6 horsemen, too good. If he went for infantry, I think that's what my opponent misplayed last time. Yeah, having no horsemen, no mobility. I guess he did have horsemen in reserve, but anyways. GG, well played. There's basically no way we're gonna win this. Very solid play, though. Trizik, if you're around, do give Charix that ween. I think, let's see here. How would I change this? How would one change this? G to the G. Yeah, dude, the Kadai did not perform there. Absolute atrocious Kadai. His lord got low but never died. Let's see here. I think you actually want a smaller map for this artillery play to work, because you want to be able to cover all points with the magma cannons. I was thinking like a big map would be great, but they couldn't actually hold the points. Thank you, Trizik. Alright, you'll get the turn. Not meant to win shortly. Well played, though. Well played. That does give me some very good hope, though, that if I ever do see Chaos Dwarves, just taking a bunch of horsemen is honestly not the worst versus the magma cannons. As long as you kind of just keep out of range and dodge properly, I think you can actually outskill the magma cannons. You definitely need a little something else. I might even go for hell cannons next time. Like, just get a hell cannon and shell these guys. Force them to advance. And then maybe that's actually a much better situation to be in. Let's take a look at my skirmishers. They did pretty well. His skirmishers did pretty well too. We shut down a good number of them. Yeah, I think if we take skirmishers and like a hell cannon, force them to attack forwards into an awkward position, then I think we're actually in a much better position. Hell cannon doesn't have as much DPS, but you don't need it versus a horseman. Alternatively, I cut these guys and I start with the trains. That might actually be insane. Because their shotguns actually kill horsemen. Dang, that's actually a huge missed opportunity. Screw the Kadai, screw the Bull Centaurs. Go for the Iron Demon Kite? I'm trying to think of how the Norska build beats that. But like straight up Iron Demon Kite with like Hellcan. And then like a bunch of sneaky gets. It was a loss against Norska, so it doesn't really count. In my head, if you can win the game, there's always something you can do. I grew up fighting Dark Souls bosses. Playing against Elden Ring bosses. And I think all those kind of difficult games have taught me that as long as they can bleed, you can take them down. It's filled me with a sense of being able to do anything, I guess. Which is good for the tournament scene. Or at least my tournament games. Yeah, I think something like this could cook super hard. You still want a few Kadai once you clean up stuff. And then you solid. Iron Demon Kite is making me look like a soldier with a 1,000-yard stare right now. Dude, I think they could do so much damage. Because they also slow. So then the hobgoblins can get more work in. Next time I revisit Chaos Dwarves, Iron Demon Kite is the way. I don't think it's perfect. I think 6 Horsemen can still outplay this. But it definitely gives me a little bit more back and forth pushing. For now, though, to all of you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend. I'm still going to be busy for the next few weeks, but I'll be trying to get at least 3 streams in every single week. Well played to Chargs, of course. And I think we're good. Alright, adminning, and we're all set. Peace, and bye-bye.